Hello, I am the Great Wizard Merlan. First of all, thank you very much to everyone who has supported this channel so far. At the time of editing, the subscriber count is 163, which is awesome. If you want to see more content, please consider subscribing if you have not done so already, and you can be notified when a new video is uploaded. Please also consider dropping a like on this video. I do try to answer every message I get, so add a comment, ask a question, just saying what you enjoyed. Anyway, the most popular videos on this channel have been Warhammer 40K's system Black Crusade. We have enjoyed the system and do fully intend on revisiting again in the future. In the meantime, we are visiting another Warhammer 40K system, Dark Heresy. We have all played this system before, but not on camera. So, without further ado, please enjoy our new Dark Heresy campaign.
Okay, so this is our first time running Dark Heresy on camera. We've run Dark Heresy before. The campaign I'm using is a homebrew one. It's a campaign I've written myself. And afterwards, if it's someone that we like, I will publish it because I have written it out for anyone else that wants to use the setting. So, all of you have been approached in your respective careers and have been told that you've been selected for service within the Inquisition. After taking a drug by choice, you have blacked out and woken up on a training base in an undisclosed location. After many weeks, you have faced physical trials showing strength, adaptability and fast thinking, shooting practice, drills, early wake-up calls, runs and obstacle courses, mental challenges of tactic, identifying the truth and memorising codes and regimental cants that are required within your service. Your ability to follow command has been pushed to the very limit after being left alone in a room and told to stand at attention until another command was given. Many fainted after 9 hours, with the toughest of you lasting 14 hours at attention. This has shown you the requirements of dedication required within the Inquisition. You've witnessed an interrogation of a suspected heretic and now seen exactly what is required of you to find the truth and seek out corruption in the world. None of you know what squad you've been assigned to, who your Inquisitor is, and what Ordos you have signed your life away to. Many other candidates and officers that you have seen have already begun following the edict, live to prove yourself or die trying. You now know this is your life. Then came the day you were faced with a test of 3 prisoners and told to identify the heretic. You've been given no files on them, nor know what crime of heresy they may have committed. You can also only talk to 1 prisoner out of the 3 that you've been assigned to. You now have 3 people's lives in your hand and 2 unknown candidates also trying to prove themselves, interrogating alongside you. When I read out your name, please describe your character. You're going to be in 2 groups of 3, interrogating 3 prisoners, which I will assign to you afterwards. So, Lily.
Okay, so I'm quite tall, 1.8 metres. She's about 40 years old. So, tall, thin. She's got black skin, silver hair and red eyes, and she's got ink-stained fingernails.
Okay, and also in that group we have Merlan.
Woo. Still the short straw.
So I'm also pretty tall, 1.85 metres, just over 6 foot. I have tan skin, which, may be, construed as caramel.
Caramel.
I don't have any hair. I've just got henna tattoos all over my head, with grey eyes, and weathered skin.
Okay, and also in that group is Chris.
Fucking hell, really is the short bus.
So compared to these two, I'm short as hell. 1.5 metres tall, which is about 5'1". I weigh 40 kilos, and my armour looks like it doesn't fit me properly. I've got fairly fair complexion, mousy hair and brown eyes. I think the only weapon I've got on me is a stun baton, and every so often I do have quite a bad hacking cough.
Okay, so what happens is the 3 of you are currently standing in a room. Opposite you have a glass wall and you can see 3 people tied up. You have one of the instructors there, which is someone that you've seen throughout your trials here. Obviously the 3 of you may have either just seen a glance of, but you're now the 3 of you paired together. You've been set to attention as you've been explained. So they've gone, I have to look at 2 pieces of paper here, one moment for me. So they've gone Archivist Hera, you are being assigned Elsa Constantine. They point out and you look at number 1. Elsa Constantine is female. She is 1.6 meters tall. She looks very slim. She has a ruddy complexion, grey hair, green eyes, and she looks about 27. And you say she's about 60 kilograms. There you go, put that on there. Let's see, what is your name? And they go, Guard Carpath, you have been assigned Gavel Rolf. This is number 2. So this one, just looking at him with your understanding, this looks like somebody who was born on a ship. He looks like he's milky complexion, quite short. He has violet eyes, auburn hair. He looks in his late 50s and he has incredibly small ears about the size of your pinky.
He must be guilty. Small ears.
Okay. And then you have got Trooper Leary. You have been assigned Lonus Vern. So she points at the number 3. So you have a gentleman that has, he's quite a strapping complexion, he's fair, he has bright pink hair, brown eyes, and his teeth, as he goes, all of them have been filed to a point. And they go, do you understand the mission that you have been asked to do today?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You are only allowed to talk to the prisoner that has been assigned to you, and between the 3 of you, you must come to a consensus of which one of them is guilty, what their crime is, and then telling me which one will be receiving judgment. You can enter the room whenever you're ready.
Thank you, sir.
So out of character question, just to be sure I understand.
Yeah.
So we can each talk to our prisoner, or
I can
only
talk to
one
my
of us
prisoner.
can talk to one of the prisoners.
So you can only talk to the prisoner you've been assigned to. You're not allowed to talk to the other prisoners. But you have to come to a consensus between the 3 of you which one of them is guilty.
Okay.
Okay? So the 3 of you enter the room.
Do we have any equipment?
On you, you have whatever you have listed on your character sheets.
Okay.
Woo!
What's up, Cassis?
Oh, sorry, just my immediate thought is, just because you can't talk to them does not mean you can't kneecap every single one of them.
Stop resisting, I understand.
So yeah, so the 3 of you enter the room. So the 3 people are there. Elsa, which is number 1, she is sitting on her chair. She has been handcuffed to the chair, but doesn't now have as much there. She has her legs crossed and she looks incredibly bored in the situation, her long fingernails tapping against the chair. Gavril has got chest parts, and he looks like he's been almost cable tied to their legs and feet, and he's there like he's there waiting. And Linus, he has the most restraints out of all of them. He also has a shock collar on. He looks incredibly calm, and as he walks in, he has looked at all 3 of you, looked all 3 of you up and down, and is staring at you unblinkingly.
Obviously, I'm going to take notice of that, but I'm going to try not to focus on him, being as, I'm going to try and, keep track of my, my own prisoner.
So, obviously, I went through the 3 of you. Lizzie, you have the first action. What do you do? Do you want to go on to someone else and come back to you?
Please, yeah.
Okay, Merlan, what are you doing?
Right, so, yeah, so he's panicking. So first off, I'm going to pull out my combat shotgun.
Okay.
I'm going to level it at his head.
And execute.
No, yeah. So so level it at his head. See, so I'll I'll wait a second and see how he reacts. So.
He doesn't seem to take any notice to it.
Strike 1.
There is no innocence.
Can I roll an awareness to have a look at all 3 of them?
Yes, you may. But it depends. Awareness gives you there. If you want to actually study any of them, I need a scrutiny check.
I don't have scrutiny, so awareness it is.
So in this situation, if you're wanting to study them for any signs or any part of it, it has to be a scrutiny test.
Okay,
That is a -20, but you are in an enclosed room with them. It's a +30. It's an easy test and plus 10. So +10, please.
I will try scrutiny as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, because I'm, basically waiting for reaction. Yeah, I want to make sense that I roll mine as well.
Okay.
No.
So +30, yeah.
Yeah.
7 degrees of success.
Well done. Okay. I'll go around.
That's not bad.
2 degrees of success, and I'm not even trained in it.
Okay, so how many degrees have you failed by?
I am on +10.
2.
So 2 degrees of failure. Okay. So looking at them, this is not your situation. You've read about reading people, but now you're hearing in the flesh with them. You're like, that means he's guilty, but then that sign means that they're not guilty, but this sign means that they're hiding something, but this sign means that they're nervous, and basically it's just too many, and you just don't understand.
Too many visual cues. Too many visual cues.
So 2 degrees. So you're looking at yours specifically. So you're staring at Gavron, and he's like whirling around. It's almost like so staring at him. It's like he's staring at something that isn't there. So like he keeps like looking just beyond you and Lyri, in between the two of you. Keeps glancing at something that's not there. So but it's almost like he's looking at something that's not there. 7 degrees of success. So
I'm fucked.
all 3 of them are displaying signs of guilt in some way, but you don't know what the guilt may be, what the nervous tics are. Some people could be completely innocent, but when they're put into these situations, start showing signs of guilt. Like when people are going through an airport, they start showing guilty signs because they are worrying about the things they could be guilty. Like, did I forget and I put a bomb in my bag this morning? Those
Actually, as you do.
Did you pack your bag yourself?
It's a legitimate thing people do. They start showing signs of guilt.
It's like when the police drive past you or something.
Yeah.
I think I packed my cyanide.
Oh man, that shampoo bottle's over 100ml.
Oh,
Fuck.
They're gonna get
I
me.
gave them the wrong school bag.
So they're all showing signs of guilt in some way. You would say out of the 3 of them, yours, Linus, looks the most dangerous. It looks like he has a very calm, calculating mind. He's not doing anything because right now he is precisionally watching you and what you are doing. Out of the 3 of them, you would say he is the most framed, and you would say that Carpath's gentleman is probably the least threat. He looks the least with it. Okay, that was your action, but the others reacted to it. What else would you want to do?
So I have the talent clues from the crowd,
Okay.
which gives me bonuses for getting information from groups of people. Even though I'm only allowed to talk to one, I'm still listening to the information from the others.
Okay, that's fine.
Will that still work?
It may do depending on the actions of the other people in the room. Okay. Merlin, what are you doing? So you've put a shotgun out.
Yeah, so I've noticed that he's staring at some other part of the room. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say, this is how it works. You get one chance, one chance and one chance alone, to prove that you're not a heretic.
Okay.
So confess.
Which skill would you like to use for this? Are you using charm, deceive, interrogate,
Um,
or
in-
intimidate?
Intimidate, please.
Give me an intimidate. So this one is an easy check. He's tied down and you've got a gun to his face, so you can have a plus 30.
Ooh. 3 degrees of success.
Okay. Right, so he's like starts crying, right? So he's got blood red tears all down his face.
Oh, that looks like heresy to me.
I mean, he is a voidborn, so
Yeah, but either way, I'm going to cock, so I'm going to cock my shotgun. Speak.
it's in like Gothic. I love the Emperor. I'm not a heretic.
Yeah, I am audibly going to sigh. I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna look, I'm gonna look at. Well, I'm gonna look back at the one that She's got, because I remember he was staring at
watching
me.
you, so he's suddenly going. He's just chuckling at this. Not even like he's not looking at you. He's looking at him.
Yeah, so so I just just give him a glance. Yeah, a glance or so. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna hit him with the butt of my rifle. Rifle and my shotgun. So it's just like.
Roll me a melee attack then. So that's gonna be
smash his face.
So it'd be a weapon skill.
Yeah. Is there any negatives because I'm using my gun to do it, or is it just
no?
Again, but you've got an unmoving target. You have time to aim. Again, it's a plus 30 to hit.
Nah, cool.
You can't go anywhere. You can't dodge.
Almost effectively helpless, really.
Yeah.
You missed, don't you?
Yep.
He missed.
I missed. So 2 degrees failure.
Okay, I'll make this fairer. Okay, so you can have this.
Did you include the plus 10 for it being a standard attack that's not a cold shot?
Oh no, no, I did not. So that's still 1 degree of failure.
You suck.
Okay,
Wow.
so
I rolled a 77.
So what
You
do
can
do?
aim with a melee attack in this one, can't you?
Yeah, you can
totally
do it
spent the time to aim, didn't you?
Yeah, can I say I totally spent
Yeah,
the time to aim? Okay, I pass by 1 degree.
Okay, and then let's do some damage. So
What
probably
damage would it be?
It's like D10 plus strength.
I think because it's not a...
Oh, that's D5.
it's a D5.
Yeah, it's D5. It's not a... It's technically an improvised weapon, even
Yeah.
though it's not the negatives I think you get with an improvised.
Right, D5 for me.
So 4
Plus
plus
your
3, so 7 points of damage.
Okay,
Dead. Bang! I've just broken his face.
Oh, yes.
Well, where did you hit him?
Head.
In the head.
Yeah.
Face.
Yeah, that's where the noise was coming from. So therefore, I hit the
Okay.
face.
Right, so you smash him in the face, right? His nose is definitely broken. It's concave. There's blood all down here, right? And he's like, snot, blood, bubbles all down his face. Okay, hang on.
Right.
Chris.
Upon seeing him do that and just fuck this guy's face up,
Yeah.
Good
I
stuff.
reached into one of my armor pouches,
Mm-hmm.
pass you a syringe, go, give him this. Can't get much information out of him if he's dead. You know how to use a stim, don't you?
Yeah, I've got basic training. Thanks. I'm just really...
Anyway, you, what's so funny?
Okay, what are you going to use to try and get some information out of him?
Intimidate.
Intimidate, okay.
Yeah, intimidate, rule the day.
You, what's so funny?
Yeah, don't fail.
Where's the heresy?
That's a pass.
Okay, how many degrees of success?
Just 1 degree.
Okay. He looks at you and goes, the situation is fine.
From where you're sat, I wouldn't find it funny. All of you could potentially end up dead in 5 minutes.
Thus is the life of the Inquisition. We're guilty till proven innocent.
Good, you know something then. Why are you throwing daggers at him?
Oh, I'm just amused.
Why?
I've been locked in this box for the last couple of days. Anything is amusing to me.
True. But why him specifically? Why not all of us?
He's the biggest physical target here. In my line of work, that's the one to keep an eye on.
And what is your line of work?
I am... Hang on. I'm an assassin.
Assassin with bright pink hair. You don't stick out in a crowd much, do you?
It was a requirement of our last mission.
And the pointed teeth?
Personal trophy collecting.
So they're not yours.
These teeth? No, they're for how I collect trophies. Grow up in a feral world, sweetheart. You've got to keep going. Okay,
See.
Lizzie.
I'm gonna try the scrutiny again,
Alright.
based on the conversations had.
Okay.
The entire time I stood, arms crossed, stepped back,
Mm-hmm.
just watching everything.
Mm-hmm.
+10. Come on, be better, dice. That's flat pass of 1 degree.
Perfect. Okay. Is there any of them you're specifically looking at? Probably your person, or all of them? Where you're looking?
I start off watching mine to see how she reacts to to everything else going on, but I'm also going to, once I've seen her reaction, look at what the other two are reacting.
So she's like this. Something happens, and she's like, she's just almost like, you see like a flash of fear in her face, especially after Carpath smashes that guy in the face. Like she like is like terrified. So she almost like very morbid. So she's like staring at the guy that's got blood all over his face. You know, like that. Like there's a car crash and you can't look away and it's terrifying and you should stop looking, but you're staring at it like that. But like you just keep seeing her like a
Twitch.
Yeah, like a nervous tick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wish I had my way. I'd just shoot them all.
I mean, at that point, we do root out the heretic.
True.
Right.
Apologies, I can't start your next bit
That's
until Leon's here. So.
What?
Okay. Again, you've got your scrutiny.
Yeah.
Okay. Carpath.
No, right. So
You've got your syringe.
yeah, I got the I got the stim. Jab it into his leg.
No.
Nah, this will make you feel better.
Stop. You love your character. You're so
No, I just found that so funny. It's like
Right, so you stab him in the leg. That's fine. You administer it.
yeah, I'm gonna I'm actually gonna wait wait for a few seconds for that to kick in, so he can't until he calms down a bit.
Like, hello.
Hi. How are you feeling? Good.
Why is it so obscure?
What the hell did you
What was the question again? What was the question again?
Have you done any heresy lately?
No.
Are you sure?
Are you a crime? A criminal?
In character, I'm genuinely trying not to roll my eyes at
Okay.
you.
Oh yeah,
I just want to point out, he's walked in, basically gone, shut up, crime, bang, and then stepped back and gone, are you a crime?
It's like, okay, what were you staring at before?
Nothing.
You were staring over there.
No. He like looks over there. No, I wasn't.
I'm gonna lean in and put on my intimidating face.
We roll against your intimidation.
Yes.
Alright,
Come on.
roll. Let's go.
That is a 1 degree of success. Unless I get bonuses for it being easier, or is it just a flat roll?
It's fine.
Okay.
Basically, these ones are quite easy because as long as you pass and I don't fail the opposed check, you're fine. So I have failed the opposed check, so I'm intimidated. So
Yeah, so I'm just gonna lean in. Yeah, it's like, what were you staring at?
There was a shadow over there, and then my best friend, he did a thing, and then he was a sucker, and then boom, and then he's over there. I can't point, but yeah, he's over there. But I'm not a heretic.
I'm gonna have to think on this.
Chris. So this guy was like, very well how it is. All that's happening is like, you have to admit it's quite funny.
As he's sort of being like a gibbering mouse and just sort of like...
Exactly.
Like, the other guy.
Yeah.
The guy that,
So you've got
Carpass interrogating.
Yeah, Gavel.
The way that he was looking,
Yeah.
I'm going to turn and look and see if there is actually anything there.
So for you, you'd be looking to your left because it's in between you and Carpath. There is nothing there at a first glance.
I'll take a little bit of a studied look.
Okay, give me an awareness check.
Awareness.
Plus 30.
Sweet.
Ha!
Crime.
Shelves.
2 degrees.
Okay, so where you're looking, just between you, is where the glass door is. The glass window is, but on your side, obviously, it's a mirror. So you know that someone's on the other side. But looking there is absolutely nothing there, apart from the mirrored reflections of everyone that's here. So like, it's a mirror.
Carbath, he's just looking at the mirror.
It's like, oh, good.
There's nothing there.
It's like, okay, let's make this simple. Are you a psycho?
No! Are you a Whipple?
Because if
Thou
you were,
cometh the will
you'd
of-
have to be sanctioned, wouldn't you?
I'm not a psycho. I'm an arbitrator.
Move on to somebody else while I think.
Hearing. So you've looked, gone back.
Fuck's.
Let me just outline.
So, do you know either of those two?
No,
Never met them before in your life?
not until this moment. No. Yep.
Scrutiny!
Do we get any bonuses?
Plus 30 is
Up in 2 tweets.
Okay, so staring at him, he's showing all the signs of telling the truth. Cool, calm, collected, no break in his voice, he doesn't look away when he's talking to you. All signs that he's being truthful or sincere in the way he's speaking. Okay, right. So, Harris. So you're staring around, you've been listening to some of the stuff going along. You've not said a single word to Elliot.
No.
Elsa, sorry.
I'm going to roll a logic
Mm-hmm.
because thinking about it the way my brain works,
Mm-hmm.
you've got the one that has the most restraints, which is the most calm, which is obviously a decoy,
Mm-hmm.
is the way I'm currently thinking.
Alright, yeah, I like the logic.
He's a decoy. He's been made to look more intimidating and worse off than he actually is. You've got the crazy guy in the middle who is probably just crazy. And then you've got the woman who is flinching and, you know, impatient almost. So, yeah, I'm going to roll a logic. So on that train of thought, it's just a, yeah.
What kind of logical answer are you looking for?
Well, it's more along, because, like, you've obviously got the decoy, that's fine, but it's between the other two that I'm struggling.
Oh, you're trying to think which is more logically a heretic.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Right. Roll me a logic.
We get plus 30 still?
Yep, that's fine. These are all easy checks until I change them,
Okay.
basically.
So that is a grand total of quite a few degrees of success. 5.
Okay.
Shit.
So this one is to show you what you can logically do. So they're asking you to show your workings out and the person you are to come to consensus. So you've gone with the person in the end, logically a decoy. The one in the middle has probably just seen something too much and it's messed up his brain. Happens to people. He's seen something he shouldn't have seen. He has used the word psycho.
He was on a mission that, you know, bad shit happened and he's gone a bit batshit from it.
But you could always follow that train of thought because it may have been something that they're trying to get. He could be not giving information in his mindset. And then this woman at the end looks nervous from the off. But all of them could be heretical. The problem is you don't know enough about them.
Okay.
But if you had to go purely from a logic point, yours is the most likely suspect.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't have any talky things. This is gonna be fun. That is terrible, so I'm not using that one.
Okay, I get rested. I can keep circling around what people are thinking. So
Yeah, keep circling while I go through.
So, yeah, so generally speaking, even before you explained all that, to Lizzie, I'm my thinking on on this train is that this one in the middle is not it's not a heretic, but the fact that he seems to see things. Do I think logically at this point would I believe the Imperium would go he's that's heresy.
Do you have like judgment or anything like that?
Well, I've got Imperial Navy. Would that count?
I'll allow you to roll on that.
No, yeah, Common Law Imperial level.
Have stuff like you've seen other squad members, other people in the situation. What did the Inquisition do? Let's roll back for me. That's fine.
Yay. Is it just a flat challenging roll?
It's an easy one because you're thinking of your own memory here.
Is that plus 10 or plus 20?
Plus 30.
Plus 30. Okay, that's cool. Just wait a minute. Is that? Oh yeah, that's 64 for that. So yeah, that is still a 1 degree of success.
So you've been on the ship before where you've had a flicker in the Gellerfield when you're going through the warp, and you have seen some people exposed to certain things. Now, most of these times, these men have done nothing wrong. They have been exposed to the horrors of the warp, of the creatures from the beyond, and some people's minds just can't take it. But normally, the Inquisition wants every working man they can have, especially because these people have done nothing wrong. They try and put them through, sometimes they go through, what's the word I want to look for? Classes. It's like, not mind wiping, they go through like behavioural therapy.
They will actually mind wipe if necessary.
Or what they call hypno indoctrination.
So there are lots of treatments available because this happens to people quite frequently.
Forcibly override your memories with new memories.
Yeah, so I mean, back in classes, in these situations, the man's nothing wrong. They normally go through behavioural therapy for this. They can go back to being like.
It all depends on the situation and who finds them and the reasoning for whatever.
How useful they are.
I mean, the situations you found is that some people, for them, they're just nervous people, and they can go through. Some are shivering wrecks, but when you're working on a ship and you need every working man, sometimes in those situations they've had to get rid of people. You're on an obvious inquisitional training base. These people can probably be fixed.
Yeah.
Especially when it seems like that if you want information from this person, they have referred to as a psyker and on a mission. So he might be the only survivor from a mission. Maybe they want information from him, so they're going to keep him for information. Or it goes to the point where he's the only survivor from the mission. Why is he the only survivor from this mission? Really, it's all different.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. So. Yeah, so is he still like quite out of it, or would you say that he's just generally calm?
He seems quite calm. He just kind of like he's like staring at your like armor.
So I've not got my weapon, my weapon leveled at him at this point. So I'm just gonna go. All right. Yeah, so gavel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No. Do you know anything about about these two? As I point either side of him.
Yeah, turns to his left and looks at the assassin. The assassin gives him like a no, and then looks to the other side and looks at the lady, and the lady she doesn't even look. He looks at her and goes, no. I don't know.
I'm gonna
scrutiny.
Yeah.
The answer when he looked at the assassin, because it was almost like a
no. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So is it still the plus 30 or
yeah.
So overall it's plus 10 because I've got minus 20.
7 degrees on scrutiny.
2 degrees of success.
Okay. So again through this, he is showing all of the true sides that he doesn't know either. The sort of the raised point in his voice is because he looked and the guy smiled at him and he's like.
It was more he's just creeped out by him.
Yeah, that he doesn't know either.
Okay.
Immediate reaction of fear, not of castigation.
Yeah, it's like okay. How to put this?
This is why your career in the police failed.
Yeah, how to put this? Your dog's dead.
Hey, step forward, everyone that's got a mum. Whoa, not so fast.
Step forward, everyone with a single mum.
Yeah.
All right. So
so
he said he was arbitrator.
Yes.
It's like what? Have you? Yeah. So you said you're an arbitrator. Have you been training, or have you finished your training?
I've finished my training. I have the rank of enforcer.
Where have you been stationed?
What rank are you?
Guardsman.
I'm sorry, but that is classified information, sir. As much as I would like to tell you.
Interesting. Next.
Okay. Louis.
Right, so to the assassin. Why are you here?
This particular place.
Surely if you're doing work for the Emperor, you wouldn't end up in this place. What led you to being locked in this room with 3 other people? Well, 2 other people and 3 people interrogating you.
I currently have lost my rank because of the fact that we've been arrested, which that chump on the left of me should know, but there you go. Me and my squad were designated within a position to go forth and designate into a bomb into an orc hive world. That bomb successfully went off, but obliterated everything in the atmosphere. Myself and one other colleague are the only remaining survivors.
Screen.
Scrutiny.
5 degrees.
Okay, so everything
3 degrees.
everything he said there was truthful. Apart from the last bit, there was something about it, but what he said was the truth. But he almost like hitched a breath as he said, "Myself and my colleague are the only remaining survivors."
Who's the colleague?
It's a member of my squad.
A name?
Rothwell.
So you didn't sound too sure when you said that.
Sorry, I'm used to calling my squad members nicknames. I thought I'd use a more official name in this interrogation.
Same again.
Yeah, he's still telling the truth.
Go.
You're thinking, the more you're looking at him, he seems like the person that's very carefully thinking about his words before he says it. Almost like he's kind of used to this talk and the way things are. Okay.
Yes, I turn to you.
Oh, okay, what's that?
Oh.
It's like, yes, he is correct. They're prisoners, they have no rank and they have no rights. We can talk to them and get information out of them how we want.
Oh no.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, sir. Please don't hurt me again, sir.
Remember, it's our job to extract the truth, no matter what.
But we don't want any case of blow on blow. As
No.
I say that, I'm going to have a look at mine to see if she shows any understanding of what that means.
Give me screwing around.
Is everyone going to look up what that means now?
I know what it means.
That's the
Blow on blow.
yeah
45.
yeah 45 yeah.
I rolled a 5.
Oh, well done.
Five.
Nice.
Oh dear.
5 degrees.
Okay, so she doesn't look like she's got any idea what that means. So it happened, and she's like, you actually see like a look of like, that frown of confusion. Like, what? She looked terrified, but didn't look when Gavel in the middle said, like, they said, "Do you know any of them?" And she looked and turned at her, and he said no, but she looked terrified until he said no.
Oh.
Okay. Annoyingly, I don't have any talky things. This is going to be interesting.
You got all that book learning.
Yeah.
Book learning.
Hit them
So,
with the
minus 20, but a plus 30, so a plus 10. I'm a try interrogation.
Okay.
Let's see, shall we? No!
Okay, what did you roll?
Hang on.
How many degrees?
Hang on.
Alright.
5 degrees of failure.
Okay, save something, or you can spend a fate point to re-roll your roll.
Oh, fate points. I forgot about them.
So obviously, fate points in the session you spend, and then every session they come back, and you can re-roll a test. You can add a +10 bonus to a test, but they must be chosen before you roll the dice. You can spend a fate point for having rolled a 10 in initiation. Instantly remove 1d5 damage, not critical damage. Instantly recover from being stunned, and remove all levels of fatigue.
Fatigue one is so damn useful.
I'm going to re-roll.
Okay, re-roll. Reroll.
That's more like it. 3 degrees of success.
Right, okay.
So I'm gonna walk over to her because at this point I've been standing quite far back to keep an eye on everything. I'm gonna walk up to her and get like this far away. You seemed worried when this gentleman was asked whether he knew you. Was there something you were trying to hide? Maybe you are the one that made him this way. Are you the reason that he's lost his mind?
I don't know who he is. I'm just...
Then why were you afraid?
Because I'm afraid of being in this situation. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm got a hand sign, I'm sorry. I'm afraid of being found guilty and losing everything. My brother relies on me.
What's your name?
Elsa.
What's your occupation?
I actually don't know what my occupation would be. I also gen these. So I've got career path scum, so my rank is outcast.
Yeah, she basically doesn't really have a job. She's an outcast.
She's a
of
vagrant.
society. Yeah, she doesn't have a job.
Just a little bit this, a little bit that.
She does whatever she can get money for.
Scum.
I don't have a job title currently. I just do whatever is asked of me to do, whatever they need.
Where are you from?
Buddy.
It's a hive world, but I'll give you a name. But yeah, it's a hive world.
Why are you here?
In this place,
Why are you here?
I was arrested and taken here after something was found in my possession that's not mine, but I didn't take it.
What was it?
She explains to you. It sounds a bit like a heater of some sort, but it's one that's run from air conduits. So it's one that once it's put in, it will run naturally and doesn't cost anything to heat a house. I don't know what it is. So she explains what it is to you.
How did that come into your possession?
I don't know.
Why were you relieved when he said he didn't know you?
Because I was afraid of being associated with someone that level of insane.
Go back and try and think of more questions.
Go off!
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Oh,
So-
sorry, sir.
Start again.
Okay.
Where were you stationed?
He gives you the name of a war planet.
What were you doing there?
We were told to infiltrate and go and find someone who'd been held hostage.
Okay. Who was the hostage?
He gives you the name of a high-up ranked officer. Like, for you guys, like 5 or 6 ranks higher than you.
So, and who was he captured by? Or what?
He looks terrified as he's about to explain what it is. And then you hear a beep over the intercom going, "Please don't ask that question, Carpath, and skip it."
Yes, sir.
Tyranids.
So basically, it's almost at the point that everyone always jumps at the intercom because we weren't expecting it. The only person that doesn't is the assassin. He goes,
Yes, okay.
so scary.
How was the mission on getting the hostage out?
Fine till we got there, and then we
The
got
mission
there.
was fine till we
and
got there.
We have our leader.
We got there.
He's great and very well respected. But when we came out, he, with his mind, slammed all the doors shut. But he's not done that before, and it's bad.
It's bad,
Okay.
It's
What happened
unsanctioned,
to him
okay.
after that?
He made something appear which shouldn't have appeared, and his eyeballs melted out of his face.
Hang on. I need to find a
It's
wording.
easy, okay.
It's never seen go.
And
Clarity.
yes.
Just as a point, this man has. Hang on, I literally just had it. This man has witnessed an unsanctioned psychic manifestation. Therefore, his judgment is death. It's execution.
Oh.
No, but I didn't. He's not a psyker. He's dead.
Dead Jim.
Yes, but you heard the lady. Apparently it's death.
But I didn't do anything wrong.
Then how are you alive?
Because we are good at what we do, and the rest of us, what we got out of that.
You all got out.
Apart from my leader, yeah. He's dead.
Apart from the guy whose eyes exploded. That was awkward.
Where?
Everything's fine until it all goes.
Where is the rest of your squad now?
I don't know.
When did you last see?
Before I was arrested.
Where did you get arrested?
Funny eyes, that's very common.
He lames you a world.
And it's like, okay.
Okay. No. So the guy's like looking at you like.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll take my stun baton out.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just going to ask you one more question.
Okay.
Are you afraid to die?
No.
Why?
I will always die in service of the Emperor. I've done nothing wrong.
Scrutiny. Pass by 2 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you
So
fail
the
and beat him to
fact
death.
that He is absolutely struck with his
He's
conviction to the Emperor.
100% adamant.
His last statement was a lie, though. When he says, "I've done nothing wrong," he's lying.
So I believe you die for the Emperor, but I don't think you're innocent.
Are any of us innocent?
No, but some of us are more innocent than others.
More guilty than I.
So, with my stun baton out,
Kneecap!
intimidate.
Kneecap! Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intimidate. Just don't fail it, because otherwise you'll just be waggling it in his face, going, "You're a naughty boy."
Okay, yeah.
5 degrees of success.
Fine.
Oh shit!
With the stun baton, he gives him a cavity search.
3 degrees, so I'm actually aiming for his knees.
Okay, yep. So you smash him in the knee, right? He takes it like a bullet, and then he's like, "Fuck!"
Then intimidate. Be passed by 3 degrees.
Yeah.
Tell me what you've done!
Ooh, yeah. This is a good interrogation. I like it.
Good, laying the groundwork earlier, I like that.
Bear in mind that this shout did come from like a 5'1", 17-year-old girl.
Oh yeah, no, I got serious respect for you now.
He like his face snaps, and before it was all twisted and contorted, he went, "Elizabeth didn't deserve to die. I went back to save her. I don't care what my arbiter's orders were.
Who's Elizabeth?
She's a member of my squad, and she didn't deserve to die on that planet. We are more than pawn pieces for the Emperor."
Oh.
So you ignored orders
I
to go
did.
fight for someone.
Yes. And I don't regret my actions. She didn't deserve to die.
But you just said everyone has to die in service to the Emperor.
She didn't deserve to die in that way.
No one deserves to die the way they do sometimes.
Path. It appears all 3 of them have committed a crime, and therefore all 3 of them deserve judgment. We have theft, what was it?
Witnessing an unsanctioned psyker.
Witnessing an unsanctioned psycho
Dereliction
and
of
disobeying
duty.
orders.
Mm.
Therefore, all 3 of them
Only
are
one.
deserving of judgment.
Only one's heresy though.
Mm. This one, however, I'd recommend getting their mind wiped.
Each one has different punishments for the level of their crime. All 3 of them have committed a crime.
What did going back cost?
It meant that the second ship of suppliers came too close and got obliterated out of the sky.
You.
So be it. Okay, so what you have is you have by the wall there's a little intercom button, which one of you can go press to let them know your decision. But you know someone's watching, so you could just turn around and say it to the mirror.
What do you think? What do you two think?
Please don't! I don't want to die. I didn't do anything wrong.
As much as we could kill this one that I'm with, I don't think that's the right way to go in this case.
It's not our place to issue the punishment. It was our place to find out what punishment was deserved and which was the heretic. Also, we know what they're here for. We have completed the parameters of the objective we were set. Issuing punishment is not within those parameters.
Are we sure?
You hear a boom boom and the indigo go, okay. Elsa Constantine, guilty of
Theft.
punishment.
It would depend on who she stole from. If she stole from the Imperial nobles, that would be execution. Adeptus Arbites, execution. Ecclesiarchy, execution. Imperial citizens, that would depend on the planetary enforcers.
Oh, there is a difference.
Okay, flagellation.
Thank you, activist Harris. Please execute her.
Yes, sir. That's 2 degrees of success to shoot her in the head.
She's dead. Fine. Gavel Wolf, guilty of
Seeing too much.
official term, please, Guard Carpath.
Witnessing an unsanctioned psycho.
Punishment.
You said death, didn't you?
Execution.
Yeah. Execution.
Please execute the prisoner.
You'll have to tell me twice. Shotgun. Point ahead. Pull trigger.
Bang, that's fine. Don't worry too much about rolling, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just.
Okay. Linus Fern, guilty of
Ignoring orders from commands, costing the Imperium supplies.
punishment.
Execution.
Please execute the prisoner.
May I borrow a gun?
You have no weapons on you.
I've got a stun baton.
It's the last.
Last man.
You can kill someone with a stun baton.
It'll just be a bit longer and drawn out.
Oh, no. It's just a regular baton with a shock function.
It's like tunk, 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 tunk,
Yeah.
tunk. Is he dead yet?
Okay.
So, actually, I'm better off doing it with the stun baton.
Because they'll be unconscious on the
Yeah.
first hit and then you smash their brains in.
Yeah. Get unconscious and then basically you beat him to death. So for you, you end up like blood all up you because
After shooting mine, I'm literally stood back like this, waiting.
okay, the door behind you opens and they go, come on through.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, certain attention, but not enough time. It's fine. Just walk through.
Okay. Congratulations on passing your final trial. Welcome to the members of the Inquisition. I'll be moving you to your dormitory, and once the other half of your squad have finished their task, we'll be putting you all together, and your Inquisitor wants to meet you. Good luck, congratulations, you're now on downtime. I'll see you and escort you to your dormitory.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
So,
So you get led off to a dormitory,
sorry.
so you've got 6
Brilliant.
beds, 3 on one side, 3 on another. They basically put in the middle where they put like, it's the equivalent to like cheap house. They put a couple bottles and ice for you and some food. There is 2 parts, which is a female shower and bathroom and a male shower and bathroom, and they've put you in. The door does lock behind you, but you have quite a lot of space, which is more you than you've had recently. The 3 of you are now on downtime.
But once the door's up, I'm just going to take my armour off and just start cleaning it off.
It appears the 3 of us are going to be on the same squad.
Indeed.
indeed. So you already know my name.
Yes.
What's yours?
Mine's Harris. And you are Lyrian?
Yeah.
And Carpath.
Out of character, how do you spell that?
It's
Behind
on the
you.
wall behind you.
Look behind
I have to turn
you.
around like a twat.
Well, fucking do it then, knob jockey.
It's because you are a twat.
Thank you, Cams. Wait.
Did you decide on a first or last name, depending on which one car class is going to be?
No!
What the fuck is wrong with you then?
I forgot about a last name. Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
As you could probably tell, I am more logic and information based.
It's fine.
You seem more melee.
So I used to be on guard duty for a Ministoran planet.
And yourself?
Part of the Imperial Navy. Been on a ship, for several years. So I've got a lot of training.
I grew up in a research station. That's where I've been until I got picked.
So why? How do you have? What happened to your skin?
What do you mean?
Forward, isn't it?
Well, there's no point in beating around the bush.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Well, how did you get that like that?
Do you mean the colour or the staining?
Both?
The colour is because I have two parents who have the same skin colour. Wow. And the staining is it's ink.
Ah. Okay.
Right, so
I really
you see
don't know
this,
how to put this forward without sounding really, really bad.
Basically, I'm like,
Insensitive cunt.
Yeah.
As you're looking around the room, each of your beds have got your name on it, so you have three on the women's side and three on the men's side.
cool.
So you can see the names of the other people in your squad, but you have no idea what they're like. Literally, that's the name you've got, and that's it.
So we're going to be having someone called Alice, someone called Andronic, and Xerxes.
Alice. I know an Alice.
Who the fuck is Alex?
Crazy bitch who fell down a rabbit hole.
Okay, so the two of you enter a room together. Please describe your character.
Okay, I am Andronich. I am tall, but of wiry build and a crooked spine. My hair is thinning and straggly. My body covered in scars and crude tattoos with religious imagery and scripture.
Oh.
So you're a picture of health then.
You're playing a man.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's fine. Some people didn't clarify that. Grace was playing a woman. That wasn't very clarified, but yeah, okay. And Cassis, describe your character.
So my character is a 5'7", 170 centimetre female, so
Okay.
average somewhat height. She has long blonde hair and fair skin, blue eyes, and she is in a crisp Imperial Navy uniform, currently wearing a pair of white gloves.
Wonderful. So the situation has been explained to you that there are two prisoners in this room. Each of you are only allowed to interrogate the prisoner you are, and you need to find out who the heretic is.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing. Oh, if we're wearing different things, I thought we might all be in the same uniform for training. But if we're in the uniform we came in, I'm in in prisoner's overalls.
They probably would have given you something for training while you're
okay,
here.
yeah.
That's fine. So
Yeah.
like just a generic,
Fatigues.
that's fine. Okay, so Burke.
We've got
So-
we've got all our equipment.
You've got all of
Yeah.
your equipment you've got. Okay, so you have been assigned D-term minx and pointed out to you. She has dark coloured skin, dark coloured hair, is very thin and tall. She has one blue eye and one green eye. She has a devotional scar upon her face. As well as another range of battle scars across her hands, because you can see up to her arms up into the elbow, and some across her face. Let's have a look. And Cassis, you have been assigned Salamanis. He is tan coloured, blonde with grey eyes. He has ripped actual Imperial armour on because the other ones didn't. The two of them are both, not only are they restrained to the chair, they're both with shock collars on, and they've got arms, elbows, chest, waist, knees and feet.
All restrained.
Both fully restrained with shock collars.
So to understand the parameters, are we allowed to converse with each other? And
you are allowed to converse with each other. You are both candidates in this situation.
What is the requirements of the information we have to gather?
I'm seeking the guilt of any of them within the room. We are particularly seeking that of a heretical nature. Actually, I'm going to put the third person in because it only makes sense in this scenario. I will put the third person in, but basically you each have the assign, and then both of you can talk to the third one. That makes it fair.
Yeah.
So the last one is Arliss Vec. He was a corporal. He has ruddy skin, male. He has short black military cut hair and green eyes. And he cannot see out of one eye as he's got a scar going down his blind and one eye. Okay.
My initial assessment would be that they would all have to have done something wrong to be here. Therefore, I would initially suggest that they're all shot. However, I assume that we actually have to obtain what their crime is from them as part of our exercise.
That is correct.
Right.
If you could.
Okay, I'm going to so Dieter.
So, Morgan.
Yeah, I'll walk in to put down my shotgun against the back wall.
Yep.
And in front of in sight of Dieter and what was the third person called?
So you have Dieter,
Yeah, Dieter.
Salamis,
Yeah, Salamis.
and Arliss.
Arliss,
Arlas.
So,
Arliss.
right, so I'm going to kneel down on the ground and open my excruciator kit and roll it out.
Okay, just by doing that, can you just roll me an intimidate check? 'Cause I think that's quite intimidating
Yeah.
to do. Plus 30.
With the plus 30, that would be 54, which is a. We've got to get it's got to get under, haven't we?
Yeah, it's under.
Oh, sorry, under. Oh, okay, yeah. In which case, yeah, smashed it.
How many degrees?
Because the plus 30, that will be. Let's see, 2 degrees, 5 degrees.
5 degrees. Okay, so Dieter gives like an eye twitch of fear, but she looks like she's more conditioned against it, so she's not showing much reaction, but she looks intimidated. Salamis, who's in front of Alice, he has like a, you see like a, you know, like you see like all of the like here like hiding, and Arliss in the end makes a visible squeak like.
I'll start with Dieter as she's my sort of assigned prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
Do not fear. We serve the Emperor with our faith and our devotion. But faith and devotion must also include sacrifice at times. Tell me what happened.
She like, you can feel like you hear the fear quiver in her voice as she talks. I'm an assassin. I was told to execute a target as given, but during that time there were a number of bodyguards alongside them, and to reach my target I had to take out who is necessary.
Collateral damage is unavoidable in such situations. Were there many of them?
It wasn't innocent civilians. I killed his 6 bodyguards to get to him.
Who was he?
She looks like she is about to tell you, and then she's like glancing around the room to the people here. He was a corrupt mayor of a shrine world.
Serious charge. And this is in the orders of your Inquisitor.
Yes.
What were the means that you dispatched him with?
Sniper. I think of the name of a sniper gun. I can't think of what.
It's a rifle. Yeah.
Rifle.
See. Why do you think you're here?
I did not have the permission to kill the bodyguards, but I was told to make the kill by whatever means necessary. I would take my sanction as I've
By
required.
whatever means necessary. Okay, all right. I haven't got any. I can't incite her because I'm not very insightful.
No, you
My
You can still do
inquiry.
it. You can still roll it.
Minus 20.
Yeah.
But then it's currently plus 30.
It is, so there'll be instance plus 10.
Okay, so let's see. Inquiry. Fellowship. Oh, and a minus 10 fellowship for. Oh no, so that's inquiry. Scrutiny. Intelligence. Okay, that's good. Right, so intelligence.
Scrutiny
40.
is perception.
Scrutiny is perception based.
Oh, sorry, perception. Oh, sorry, I was looking at
Yeah,
security.
security's in. It's quite small writing.
Perception,
Yeah.
so it's 40, but with a plus 10. Sorry, plus 30.
Well, it's plus 30 but minus 20,
minus
so
10.
it's plus 10
in
overall.
total.
Okay. 50, no, failed by 5. By 5 points.
Oh,
5 points, not 5 degrees.
okay. Enough. Basically, you're staring and you're not sure of their reaction. You're not thinking either way. You're just not sure. Okay, give it a sec there. 1 sec. Okay, Alex.
Okay, so I walk up to Salamis,
So he's gone.
look him up and
Feel
down,
that.
and I'm going to use my command and say to him, state your name and occupation. So my command roll is fairly good. Will this be at the plus 30 as well?
Yes.
6 degrees of success.
Okay. He goes, I am Scavenger, because it's an adept.
Oh, sorry.
Salamis, I'm rank. Hang on, how do I do it? Did it from 1 upwards. So I'm rank 3, because it's just our way of doing ranking. What was the last one, sorry?
Name and occupation.
So yeah, ID number 21614/B2 square.
State in your own terms why you believe you're here.
During our last mission, we were told to obtain documents from a different planet. We took those documentations and brought them back for inspection. I don't know why I'm here. I followed the mission within the mission protocols.
Okay, I will attempt to scrutiny that. So it's plus 10 overall. Fail by 2 degrees.
Is that on your scrutiny?
Yeah.
Do you want to re-roll that with a fate point, or would you like to leave it roll as it is?
Yeah, fuck it. I will re-roll.
Fantasy point!
See if I can get any better. Fail by 1 point.
Oh. I'll be fair. I'll leave it as a flat pass, but not the 1 degree of success.
Okay.
Looking at him from your training, it's been a while since you've done an interrogation. He looks like he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Obviously, he's talking much faster than I am, but I'm reading pieces of paper and talking. So
Yeah, that's fine. Did anything on your mission go wrong?
no, it was a buy or bond mission, to the book, to the letter, easy breezy mission. We went in, we collect the package, we met none of the local people, we got out, no one was hurt, no one was injured.
What was the package?
The package was some previous anarchaic documentation, plot, and artifacts. I never looked inside the box.
Okay, I'm going to scrutiny that.
That's fine.
That's a pass of 3 degrees of success.
He's telling the truth, so he's not looked away from you, his breathing is even, there's no signs of twitching, nervous tics, no like moving his eyelids. He looks like he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Again, I can keep switching over. That's why you're the other guys. Okay, so how do you is it Andronic?
Andronich.
Andronich.
Yeah.
I'll try and pronounce that correctly.
Andronich. Yeah. Forgive me. There is a contradiction in what you say. You say that you went beyond the bounds of your mission by killing some of the target's bodyguards, but then you said that you were told to kill the target at any cost.
You asked why I think I may be here. That is the only thing I can think of what I have done wrong.
We've all done something wrong.
In the mission of the parameters I was given, I believe I have done nothing wrong. Unless you would say that is it. I cannot think of anything else.
What about outside the mission?
I lay on a building rooftop for 6 hours waiting for my target to come in. I haven't done anything else.
Something outside your professional life?
I do not have much outside my professional life.
You'll have something.
Oh!
Can't help it.
I have no friends, I have no family, I take no lovers, I don't gamble, and I don't drink.
You've done something to be here. There's a way of finding that out. I'm going to go to my my excruciator kit, and I'm going to take out my my little corded flail that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take my jacket off, revealing all my scars and tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe the Emperor loves you?
The Emperor loves all of us.
Then you would do anything for him.
I would do anything for him.
Okay, I'm going to strike my. Begin striking myself with my whips until I draw blood from my back.
So you see that. So for you, you're now seeing flicks of blood going all up the interrogation mirror in the wall from the back swing with his whipping.
I take my white gloves off and place them inside a pocket.
Nobody wants blood.
So
white
yeah,
gloves.
so I'll do basically a point of damage to myself,
Mm-hmm.
and to activate my my cleansing pain.
While he's doing that, I
Yes.
would like to have a look at them all
Yeah.
with an attempt at scrutiny,
Okay. Yeah.
and see how they all seem to react. And I fail by 2 degrees.
You still have some more fate points.
Yeah, I'm going to save those.
Okay. They all looked horrified.
Reasonable.
What you don't understand is that I'm the biggest heretic here. I've spent the last, I don't know how many years in a cell. I am truly damned. There is no redemption for me. But I still serve the Emperor, knowing that it will bring me nothing, and knowing the horror that's on the other side for me.
Sometimes we have to tasks in this world, but we are not here to live in it. I understand that all too well. So as you're doing that, can you give me a scrutiny check, please?
Mm-hmm. I get a +10 from my cleansing pain,
Okay,
but I
so
didn't pass it. So.
She looks like she's in awe of you,
Yeah.
almost like reverent of you. Like she understands where you're coming from. The guy, Salamus, who is in front of Alice, he looks horrified, like you have just reached up and you started pulling people's guts out, or shagging an animal in the same room as him. That level of what the fuck. But he's always trying to hide his reaction. The one on the end, Arliss, thank you. He is staring at you horrified, almost like nervous sweat. You can see all this sweat in his hairline as he's like, can't look away from whatever you're doing. He looks shit scared of you.
Look deep inside yourself. Do you truly believe that you failed the Emperor in some way?
No, I completed my task by any means necessary.
Do you know either of these men?
She looks down the line because she's right on the end, both of them, and she looks like she's like really looking at them. No, I'm sorry, I don't know either of them.
and then I'm going. I'm going to rip open the front of her jacket to expose flesh, and straight across. Each hit that I've given myself, I shall give her.
Okay, alright, yep. Okay, so how many did you do?
I think I whipped myself 3 times.
Okay, so 2, she manages to completely not show any reaction, and the 3rd, she gives a pained look the whole time, even with tears leaking down her face. She doesn't break, and she's still staring at you as you're doing it.
Okay, can I undo her manacles?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'll undo her manacles.
Okay, she doesn't move.
Yeah, and I will embrace her. Seek not escape from this misery in death, for the Emperor gathers not the selfish dead to his side.
Okay, Alice.
So sort of capitalising on that a little bit. So, why do you believe you may have been accused of anything heretical? And see what sort of he reacts with.
Because my superior officer was stealing from the Inquisition, and I reported him as any loyal servant to the Emperor and the Inquisition would. I believe that he is going down and trying to drag me down with him because I am loyal in my service.
Okay, let's attempt to scrap me on that. Okay, 4 degrees of success.
He is telling the truth.
Okay. How long did you know about his theft?
I knew about his theft. I don't know what day it is. My apologies, ma'am. The moment I found out, the first thing I did is once we were in radio communications with a higher officer, I contacted them, which meant I knew about it for about 16 hours.
Was your superior officer aware of the transmission you made?
I believe so. Once the transmission was made, my arrest was very shortly after that.
Do you believe yourself guilty of any sin, even outside of your occupation?
He takes a moment, right, and he goes like this and he thinks and bows in. I have true faith in the Emperor. I follow the Imperial Creed. I grew up with it in my line of duty. I believe that any action I've been absolved from in my line of duty, I do not believe I am guilty of any sins.
Okay, so I'm just going to, at that point, I'm just going to blank him and walk across to where Arliss is.
Of it. Okay, so at this point, this is when I can't pronounce it. I keep forgetting how to pronounce it. Has stood up and he has undone the manacles of Dieter and he has embraced her. So this guy then sweats. He looks terrifying. He's shaking in his chair.
Good. So once again, I'm going to make a command, and I'm going to say, state your name and occupation. Command. 3 degrees of success. 4. Sorry.
Corporal Alice Vrek. Rank 7.
I was given your name as Arliss.
Arliss is my low world name. It is the name I prefer. You asked me for my official name and rank. I've given it to you.
Why do you believe you're here?
Our ship was lost within the warp and we reappeared. Everyone on our ship has been arrested and interrogated.
Okay, so let's scrutinize that. 1 degree of fail.
You're not sure if he's telling the truth or lying.
Do Do you believe you have done anything illegal?
Allowing a Gallowfield to fail in the warp can constitute as such. But it's alright. He looks more visibly terrified. Like the glance you see, you don't need a roll. You see that glance.
When he sort of glances away, I shout in his face as a command, "Look at me, not him!"
Okay. Thank you for not actually shouting.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a command check. That's a really good one. You can have a plus 40.
Ooh. 2 degrees of success.
Okay, he looks back at you. You can see wet handprints where the hands are, sweat even more down here.
White knuckles
Well,
gripping.
he's staring at you.
I believe you are hiding something.
I am, but I am afraid for my crew.
I suggest you tell me, because not telling me will lead to all of them being shot regardless.
A being came onto our ship. A creature, I do not know of its whereabouts or origins. It infected members of our crew, and we had to execute them as each creature, as they were infected by each creature.
Creature.
And then as our Gellerfield came back, and we came back to this
Real space.
we do not know where that creature has been. I told, as we were hailed by another ship, I informed them that we had a Gellerfield failure and an unidentified creature on the ship. At that point, all of our crew and myself was arrested.
It sounds to me like you failed to mention that. Can I hear all this?
Yeah.
I'm going to interject then, and with good reason.
Well, because you're both allowed to talk to this person. Yeah.
To be a host of the children of the warp is a heresy that cannot be forgiven. I know.
Anyone, Mum, am I allowed to talk to him?
You are. Make sure to look at him when you address him.
Anyone that
wild-eyed.
He looks like
sort of twitching with pain.
If he looks like he could press any more into his chair, he would as he comes forward. He can't go any further back, chin to chest, his whole face, and he sweat even further. He goes, anyone that I believe to be infected, be shot.
I'm going to take Intimidate.
You don't think you have to.
Yes, passed. We rubbed his face. Do you know what happens when you die?
It depends on the circumstances of life.
I know what happens. You should have all been shot. It would have been better for you. But as I said, seek not to escape the misery even through death. You should be dedicating every moment, every second of your existence to atoning. You should be throwing yourself on our mercy.
I am trying to do that, sir. We've gone from warp space to real space to arrested to here. I have been nothing but honest with every officer.
You said you allowed the Gellerfield to go down. You!
I'm going to scrutinise what's going on.
I'll do that before I respond, excuse me.
1 degree of fail.
You're not sure.
Yep.
Seems to be consistent with that.
Good excuse.
We had. I am the person in charge of my ship. I take every failure of each crew member upon myself. Our tech priest failed an incident. It's a thing that goes off. It's an EMG.
EMP, electromagnetic pulse.
So it was your tech priest's fault.
Had a perfect reaction for what this character's doing. Just sweating absolute bullets.
Stop.
What is? So you blame it on your machine priest.
We had sabotage upon our ship.
So
Listen, you can almost hear his personality cracking.
And whilst I am loyal to all of my crew, and I wish all of my crew to be safe if they have been tainted in any way, there is nothing I can do for them.
Yes.
Did you withhold any of what you are telling us now at the time of your arrest?
No. I told them everything, and I gave them the document logs and all of our security footage, information, and key security passwords to all of my ship.
So another scrutiny and see if I can not fuck this one up. No! 3 degrees of
try?
I'm going to try and compose myself from my outburst
Okay, yeah.
and go back to Dieter, who I unshackled.
Okay. Give me a willpower test. Really like training or own yourself in, yeah.
No. Oh, actually, do I get the +10? Yes, I get a +10 for inflicting pain on myself, yes. No, not quite. No, I still failed, but marginally.
Okay,
I'm still
enough
furious
3
at this
points.
man.
Just a few seconds and you walk off. Yeah, okay. Alex. I love it.
I'm going to unclip the shotgun combat shotgun that's currently on my shoulder. It's slung over my shoulder basically.
Yeah.
Put that up against the wall. And then I'm going to take the chainsword off of my belt and give it a couple of revs, almost theatrically.
Mm-hmm.
And then once again place that against the wall.
Okay.
I'm going to step forward and say to Alice, is there anything you have omitted from any of your reports that you wish to declare now?
No, I believe I gave full and factual statements in regards to this.
One more scrutiny.
Come
Come on, you can do it.
Come on!
Yes! 3 degrees of success.
He is telling the truth.
Yay!
Very quickly. So from where you were, obviously you left Dieter to come over and talk to her. She, since you have unembraced her, sat back down again, and she looks like she's there waiting for you. She has, of her own volition, sat back down.
Dieter, you appear to be one that is void-born, am I correct?
Yes.
We share something in that way then. It still troubles me that there is something you've done. What you described on your mission doesn't sound like the sort of heresy we're looking for. I want to help you, Dieter. I'm here to help you.
Thank you.
So you must have done something. You have to tell me so that the Emperor can forgive you.
If I have done a crime that I believe needed forgiveness, I would tell you, friend.
You would not withhold such a thing from the Emperor. Maybe your mind is playing tricks on you. Maybe it is hiding things from you. My mind has hidden many things from me. There are things that I cannot remember. Terrible things that I have done.
She looks down and seems puzzled and goes, to my knowledge, I believe I have done nothing wrong. I have committed no sins in the Emperor's name, unless I am required to.
That was fine. Then let's have the Emperor decide.
Okay.
And pull my stub pistol out, empty it,
Okay.
and put one bullet in it.
Oh!
Okay.
We can go on this journey together.
Okay, hang on. Alice.
Fuck!
So
I knew this was going to be amazing.
My character's a penitent. An exorcised penitent.
I know.
Yes.
I'm going to, at that point, walk back over to my weapons, put my chainsaw back on my belt, put my shotgun back over my shoulder, and walk over and take a moment to wait for him to finish what he's doing.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, so.
Yeah, she click up so she can't see into the cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
Click. Know that the Emperor can't forgive you unless you tell me what needs to be forgiven.
I've done nothing that needs forgiving, sir.
I'm going to physically cry sort of hot tears of
Justice!
no, not justice. of righteous sorrow
Okay.
down my face.
She doesn't look afraid at all.
D6.
Oh.
Okay. How about I roll it?
Okay, yeah.
What do I need to roll?
Well, I don't know, Phil.
Well,
6
it's-
to be the bullet
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Click.
Okay. Right. So you shoot, nothing happens.
This one's innocent. I pick up all my bullets.
You know,
By virtue of her conviction and her words to you, I do believe she is innocent of all crimes that
By the hand of the Emperor, she is innocent.
could be levied against her. I believe that Salamis is innocent purely on the grounds that his superior, who was stealing, has tried to pin a crime on him as well. He's simply done his duty and informed a superior that his direct superior committed a crime. Arlis, over there, I believe he is only guilty of not being able to control the situation. Sounds like there was little more he could have done, and I believe that he did what he could to ensure that his ship survived as intact as possible.
But such a failure in duty, is unforgivable. Well, not unforgivable. If he admits he made the mistake, then he can be forgiven, but he must still be punished.
What would you say his punishment should be?
I was given a chance again after committing terrible things. He could serve still. So we convert him into a servitor to serve the Inquisition, so that he may continue to serve the Emperor. But we will not risk his incompetence destroying any more lives.
ding dong. No, it's not a ding dong, but yeah, a ding. Ding! D to Minx. What is she guilty of?
She is guilty of nothing to offend the Emperor. She has carried out her duty and suffered for it.
She stands up and she bows, and I go, I look forward to your time within the Inquisition. You did very well during this exercise. She gets up, stands with much more regal poise, and walks out the door.
Blood coming off of her from where I've beat her.
No.
Yeah.
Elfranti Salamas, guilty of
Nothing. He has done his duty in service of the Emperor.
all of his manacles undone. He stands up, gives you a crisp salute, and goes, I look forward to your time within the Inquisition. And steps out. Corporal Arlis Breck, guilty of
Gross incompetence and failure to carry out the will of the Emperor.
Okay. As you hear, he visibly sweats, and you hear a voice over the intercom going, correct. And our Inquisitor has judged him thusly and will receive his punishment shortly.
He admitted his failings. I believe there should be clemency.
I agree, penitence. We will not be killing him this day, but he will be receiving punishment shortly. You both passed this inquisitional training. Please step out of the room.
I will put my hand on his shoulder as I go out. I will pray for you, brother.
Thank you. As you step out, there is a...
The Emperor will know your name!
You step out and you see the officer that was training you. Goes, well done for passing. You will now be receiving your downtime. I will be putting you in a dormitory alongside your squad, so you have some time to get to know them. And there is also a celebration for passing this final test. Congratulations to both of you. Please follow me. So you step out. You guys, for you, where you've had time to shout. A door opens and you have Alice steps in. She gave a description of how she looks before, and Andronic.
Andronich.
Andronich.
I almost have to write this down. Hang on.
Oh yeah, now I need to write down the name. Write down names.
Put a little H in brackets after the C.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that. And Andrew needs to step in. So you guys can see there is a female side, there is a male side, your names in all the rooms. You have these 3 people here that you have never met in your lifetime. Did you hear their descriptions of their characters before?
Yes.
Except one.
So as I step in, I sort of look across the people that are there, and I see him, and I.
It's like, son of a bitch.
Interesting self-assessment, Death. And I walk over to one of the female punks.
I was about to say the same.
So in the middle of the room, you've got a bucket of ice, you've got some beers, there are some low sticks, like the smokes are, some food, and then there's 2 shower rooms and things.
In celebration, I'm going to attach my Silis to my leg.
Hooray!
So I'm going to hang my shotgun over the side of wherever my bunk's name is, take chainsaw off, and go, evidently we cannot escape the blitz here, can we?
Apparently not.
So with something of a sarcastic smile on my face.
But I will allow myself a low slick.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Okay, so then very lastly, Leon, can you describe your character for me?
So, average height, average weight, rusty hair, which I don't know if that means I'm ginger.
Basically.
Yeah.
I'm finally ginger!
So you have no soul anyway.
I am maybe then they're called Mission Spirits.
Anywho.
So, grey eyes, no left ear. So, hang on.
Just an augmetic on the side, is it? Instead of an augmetic ear.
Yeah. So I wear glasses, so I have no left ear, so I'm going to have to wear
That's
my
fine.
ears.
Just wear Morpheus glasses. They don't have arms.
Yeah.
Pince nails.
Yeah, grey eyes, grey hair, missing left
into your
ear,
face.
not grey hair, rusty hair, grey eyes. Ugh. We'll get there eventually. And just covered with your typical wannabe Borg tech priesty kind of shit.
Do you have any cybernetics currently?
Cybernetics currently, I have a turbo skull floating next to me.
Service gun.
Yeah.
Yep, turbo skull.
Yeah.
And
Speaks like a
I
fax
think you have a
machine.
utility tool, don't you?
oh, you have a utility
So
tool?
he's got. So you've got like a.
And McAndrite.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, let me
Oh,
go.
no.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, he's got a servo skull
a
instead of
servo skull
instead
or
of
a mechadendrite.
My servo skull basically is my tool. But yeah, just your basic average wannabe,
Did
but doesn't make it into Cyberpunk or Blade Runner.
Does the servo skull belong to anyone in particular?
It's his.
Oh, it's your own skull.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's got his own service skull.
No. As in,
Who did the skull belong to?
Right.
because sometimes it's sort of like, it's an honour to be after death to be made into a servo skull.
So it's your mentor.
Okay. Oh shit.
So we can watch over you in death.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I will make you proud.
So I'm going to go for a cigarette, but this means that you will have the opportunity to talk in character, tell some bits about your character. You guys have written your backstories. This is a really good point for it. See, natural point to do. Love that.
So, first of all, I'm going to walk over to you and give proper fucking
Yeah.
shake hands.
By the actions of your interactions, it means you already know each other.
We were stationed on the same ship before this. As a matter of fact, it's evidently not been that long since we've seen each other. Well, however long we've been here anyway.
Yeah.
No idea he was coming then.
I didn't know you were coming.
For those of you who I haven't yet met, Courage and Alice. So I sort of offer a handshake.
Like-
So lyric.
My handshake is what you'd expect. It's like there's no strength to it, but there's something. It's like,
It's elegant.
but not elegant at the same time. It's
Formal and empty. Right. Yes, I will shake the hand and I flash the sign of the Aquilia.
do the same.
Yeah. I sort of nod to you, and obviously I offer you the hand as well because we've already met, of course.
Yes. I'm sorry, my past overtook me in that interrogation.
It happens.
But it's true what I said. It is true what I said. I am a irredeemable heretic. That is why I am here.
Judging by what you mentioned, you understood how it felt to be taken over?
That is correct. I was possessed by one of the unclean children of the warp. I do not know for how long. I know that I did terrible things, and then I remember sometime later waking up in an inquisitional holding cell, but the demon had been exorcised from me.
Makes sense as to why he referred to you as penitent. And I now have a little more clarity on the comment about every waking moment being in service to the Emperor in penance for your...
There can be no forgiveness,
Situation.
but I have to serve until my dying day.
Well, congratulations for keeping your wits about you. And plenty of man, was lost their head, so to speak.
Yes, I was born aboard that ship. It was a cargo freighter, Chartist freighter. My parents were part of a group of pilgrims embarking on the Great Pilgrimage to Terra. I don't know how long they'd been aboard when I was born, and I never knew my father. My mother died when I was young. I was raised by the others, and I think I was a teenager, and we still hadn't got to Terra. Turned out that the old captain who we made the deal with had died, and the ownership of the ship had passed to someone else. So essentially, we became crew.
It's not uncommon here to hear about that.
True, but then again, I didn't hear such stories until I left my world.
Well,
I was part of a frontier world. Well, I don't know what sector we're in now. We could be anywhere. But the Calixis sector, settlement 228. Don't know if you've heard of it. Pretty much a very newly taken over planet, still finding its own feet. A lot of fighting going on. Lost my parents actually to that, but anyway, more on that later. It happens. Stuff happens all over the place. I was used to fighting until eventually I joined up with the Navy.
The Holy Emperor's Navy, the bulwark against the darkness.
Indeed, and they obviously recognised that I was used to the fighting, so I recruited.
Okay, so you have finished your training in the Inquisition. You missed my explanation before. So you're escorted to the squad that you're going to be assigned to. Okay, so they escort you through the doors. Where you are, the doors open, but that were previously locked behind you. The character that's just been described to you walks in.
Okay.
The person that you saw is the same officer that helps you with your training, that did your interrogation. So it's the same officer. He's not told you his name or anything about him at any point, by the way. He goes, "This is the squad you're assigned to. We'll be seeing you all in about an hour. Enjoy your downtime." He walks out. The door's closed. You hear a visible click of the door locking behind you.
Any of you trained Medicae? I mean,
yes.
I would do it myself, but it would be easier if if I had a mirror, I could do it myself. But
So I open up my jacket and I've got a medikit strapped to my hip.
So
And underneath that, on the inside lapel, my ID has the caduceus on it.
Yep.
Which typical.
yes.
So you've got on the room, so you've got on one side, you have 3 beds with men's names on and 3 with women's on. You can see the name that you're on. The rest of the guys, I'm assuming, are either sitting on beds or sitting on some chairs sort of around the middle talking.
I'm sat cross-legged on my bed.
Yeah. I mean,
Did you want me to tend to any of the
women's?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good.
Bit of sleep in my hand.
Yeah, I'm just going to kneel down on, leaning against my bed while you sort of rub whatever into my wounds. Like,
Do you see?
Salt!
You see like a,
don't put any numbing cream on, just antiseptic. It's all I need.
you see a woman that's got blonde hair who's currently patching up a gentleman he's got tattoos all over him. He's sickly pale. He's got blood all over his back.
So 4 degrees of success to clean it up
Yeah,
and
it's
obviously
like-
disinfect, but
Yeah.
because you've requested that I don't actually like do much with it, I just clean it up basically.
Yeah, that'll do.
So as I'm sort of doing that, as you
As,
And
as
value
I'm
it.
watching, I'm like, your skills would mean that my somewhat basic understanding in Medicaid will not be useful unless you are down yourself.
it is always good to have a second pair of hands.
Yes,
Not all clots can be managed by one pair of hands.
No, sometimes if they have several bullet wounds, you would need to stop the flow of blood from one artery to another with one set of hands while you worked on the other.
There's not enough fingers to plug all the holes.
I'm also medically trained, but as I say, working on one's own back is difficult.
Unless you had a very large mirror.
Yes.
So yes, so you've probably gathered my main reason for being here, I imagine. But I suppose
So we have
my nickname may not have helped matters.
melee base, medical,
Guns mostly.
ranged,
Well, I'm skilled in both. I have no.
technology, as is evident by your status. Mine is my brain. I know a lot of things, as you would have learned from the interrogation.
Yes,
the
I
whole
did
time
pick
you're
up.
talking, she's got a data note. She's still typing on it while talking to you and looking at you.
What are you writing? Is typing or writing the better term? Typing. Yeah.
I'm documenting this conversation.
Have you not had documenters and remembrances with you before?
Not
You
for-
wouldn't spend as much time.
I was just like
No, okay.
it's like a little
Yeah.
stenographer's keyboard, like a piled down keyboard.
We've had them a
As
few
you're doing
times in the
that-
medical bay.
A surface skull is like floating
Ah.
over and it's like floating near you.
More often than not,
Very
when we're
interesting.
performing, especially
its
long-term
function?
medical procedures,
Whatever I say.
often we'll have a remembrancer. They record and document a lot of what we do.
Salutations.
Must have a lot of practice to be able to do it without really
We used
concentrating.
to-
Glitch.
No,
stop
it's what they're trained for.
we had a
Apologies.
So his name is Glitch.
Mhm.
That will be useful.
Mhm.
I'm Harris. Nice to meet you.
It floats over and then it's like looking at you.
I wasn't allowed to look at the
Yeah,
the
don't get to
skull,
see many of these.
hive. That was someone else's job.
Yeah, so so utility servo skull, is it not? How long?
Is it assigned to your voice commands only?
I believe so.
So don't see these very often. You had this one long?
Longer than it should have been.
You really don't spend a lot of time in the medical bay, do you?
No.
Well,
Well, I tried to keep myself out of it.
Okay.
not on purpose anyway.
Then it flies over to you. It's almost like it's scanning each of the people going around. It's probably documenting in the squad sort of thing.
I've seen them before. I grew up and I've lived my entire life on a research station.
Medical service skulls are fairly common.
We normally have
Very
them as
useful.
Lord Hailers,
Unfortunately.
usually for shouting commands during a riot.
It moves from Alice and then it goes over and it's now by you, Leary.
Are you currently getting the feedback loop or is it telling you our blood type, our body mass, whether we are healthy, unhealthy, whether we need medical attention?
Maybe we should take a
done
picture
by
of our
service
faces.
skull before.
And then now it's by you.
I don't ever
I
tell.
hear you're going to be getting some different readings from this gentleman.
I presume so. I don't often tell Glitch what to do.
You hear like a ding, ding, ding as it's near 100 inch. It's basically saying that there are damaging signs on him. He doesn't say anything because you told him not to say anything, so. And then it comes back to you and it's like hovering near you.
So, has anyone got any interesting nicknames that'd be worth knowing about?
It depends what you would class as a nickname. I have many names in the many languages. I know informal is Gamma, primitive, Gorma, Low Gothic, Galatia, High Gothic, Heresy, and archaic is Genevieve.
Crikey, okay, she's got the full works there apparently.
Yeah.
So with Imperial Naval squads, especially squads for boarding and planetary work, more often than not there's a designation, something somewhat informal, nickname based, usually something to do with what they do, what they're good at. Maybe a personal or physical quirk.
I've never been given a nickname. Feel free to choose one if you wish.
So I point at him. So he was referred to as Blitz in our squad because he was always one of the first into the combat. Didn't matter what the situation was.
But you are a range-based fighter. Why would you be running into combat if you are not melee-based? That seems illogical.
Close range.
Have you seen his gun? Standard issue combat shotgun. Best to get up close with those.
I don't really use weapons. I can, but I don't.
Yeah, our ship weapon lockers had shotguns in, apparently.
Yeah, they're good. They're good for doing damage, but only up close.
What would your nickname have been?
Interesting nickname.
Mine was a little bit ironic, really. My last name is Reaver, Alice Reaver. The squad called me Reaper because more often than not I was the one in control of whether someone lived or died based on medical ability. But I'm also a fairly dab hand with the chainsword on my bed.
Makes sense. That is a good nickname.
Black humour, mostly.
Comes in handy.
I don't get the comment, but it's a very fitting nickname.
Dark humour, often associated with death and negativity.
Yeah, those who dwell on on such things without any humour don't tend to last that long.
But death is inevitable.
Yes, which is why we laugh about it, because when it happens we'd rather laugh in its face than cry about it.
Binary or 0 would suffice for me.
No,
I understand the binary based on binary code, but why 0?
1 0 1 0 1 0.
Alright.
Just make a noise like a modem.
I feel that would be very inefficient over comms. I feel that would be very inefficient over comms.
Well,
We wouldn't be able to
And
tell
not
whether
everyone-
it's
yeah, charges would be through the roof.
If you ever want to learn anything about judgment, bureaucracy, cryptology, please feel free to ask.
That'll definitely come in handy, especially on official
how-
missions where we have to do that again.
It's how it was very easy for me to write off to reel off all of the crimes and punishments that they'd committed. I know them by heart.
You said your informal name was Gamma.
Yes.
How did that come about?
I don't know.
Exposure to gamma rays. Exposure to
Yeah.
or just placing the alphabet.
I was assigned a letter at birth.
Yeah.
It was G. They called me Gamma.
Ah, makes sense.
Works differently, but otherwise, if we've got our own nickname, we'll think of one.
I've always been Andronich. My mother named me after a holy man, a saint from our homeworld. Well, her homeworld.
So evidently, not as many others use designations like that, like we do. We find that using actual names often isn't the best option, which is why nicknames and informal designations come up for us. So it's something that works for us.
A name that isn't your own is one that is very useful if you're going undercover.
Names are powerful things.
Indeed.
That is very true.
GM questioned out of character. Do I know the name of the thing that possessed me?
yes, but you've suppressed it.
Cool.
It may be relevant later.
Oh shit!
No, what? That means nothing.
It means
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
I've been Lord Demonology, so I know about the power of names.
Why is there a number 4 over there in the shade?
Yes, so if we are ever to go on a undercover mission, I would request that you give me a nickname.
Very well.
I'm not.
Leary, do you have a name that we could call you that isn't your own?
Some of the other enforcers used to call me Pitbull.
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 That I've seen why that is a thing.
That sounds like that comes with a story.
What does that
I
mean?
don't understand why.
Pitbull's a type of
They're a type of
like
dog breed.
Terran dog.
Canid.
And
I've seen one. Saw a picture.
Generally used to get up close and go for the knees.
Don't understand.
Attack beast.
But yeah, you would.
Have you read about Terran Canids?
Very briefly, it's not something that I was required to know.
Four-legged used to be kept as pets. I think still are in some places, not many anymore. Can be vicious. Only about waist height.
Oh,
yeah.
so it's fitting because you are short.
And aggressive. By the sound of it.
Let's go with that. Yes.
Understood.
Yeah, it's like but no, but still, you should have seen it. Chills, man.
I don't know. I feel like I may have gotten the better shot.
Is it cold in here? Would you prefer that we turn up the heating?
It's not what I meant.
But it's what you said.
Yes, but it was.
It's a turn of phrase.
Take my blanket if you need it. I normally sleep on the floor. I'm used to.
I'm okay. I'm not cold, but he said he is.
Spent the last few years sleeping on the floor of a cell.
It's it doesn't literally mean that I have actual chills.
Then why would you state you have chills if you don't have chills?
The term described the feeling that he felt when he saw the action.
I don't understand.
It's
it's exciting.
Okay, a hatch opens in the door and a small envelope is posted through. Who goes and collects it?
Who is nearest to the door?
I'm sat on my bed, so probably not me.
I've been working on his back, and so I'll sut of wipe my hands off and step over.
Actually, I was precious in, so I'll probably be close to the door.
Okay, right, so
wipe up anyway.
right. So,
I have prepared explosive runes. Shit!
okay, so leave them face down past that along to Leon for me. Okay, so you've got the envelope. You open the envelope.
Yep.
Okay, so inside are a set of they're like the tags that you get tagged on, and this has got your clearance rating. It's your inquisitional signs, so you just need to pass them out to each of the people.
Human test?
Our little Inquisition icons.
Yeah, so but these are the ones that actually have like your badge, your squad, your inquisitor, your rank, your clearance rating.
But remember, we're not even throne agents yet. We are merely acolytes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So when we previously played Dark Heresy, what we did is you have civilians, and then you have the lowest rank within the Inquisition, which is 50. Okay. And then we basically gave everyone a clearance rank as we played, because it just made things so much easier for playing.
Yeah.
So obviously, it's the Emperor's personal squad, the guards,
The custodes.
they're all rank 2. Just to give you the only person that is rank 1 is the Emperor. Just to give you an idea of how this works, okay?
Thank you.
We won't be getting there.
It's your sticky thing. You might lose it if it's stuck there.
I was tempted to stick it on my forehead.
Okay.
He still knows it.
I pin it on me.
So this is just giving you your rank, your name, your squad, your Inquisitor, and your clearance rank currently. So that means that whenever you need to show your Inquisitional paperwork, you know what it says. Okay?
As I proceed to copy everything.
So also attached to that is your Inquisitional eye. Those are the ones that you pin on your lapel. The eye.
Literally, I.
Yeah.
Aye.
I bang on the door. You spelt it wrong.
What?
Xerxes.
That's how I thought you spelled it. That's how I spelled it.
Xerxes.
Okay, I'll change all of it then. That's my fault, not theirs. So.
I'm receiving my badge when my medical treatment's finished. I am going to prostrate myself and pray and ask for guidance and strength on my forthcoming endeavour.
Okay. So a bit more time passes.
Wash and disinfect my hands.
What you guys have been given, you've all been given a fresh, clean uniform depicting whatever your rank is, as stated on your character sheets. Basically, you have your clean uniform. You have time to eat something, have something to drink, change, shower into fresh uniform, and be back in with your inquisitional parts. You hear a knock on the door. They wait a couple of seconds, and then the door opens. The same officer that you saw before, this time now dressed in a more dress uniform, goes there and salutes you all.
Attention.
Okay, he goes, Addicts, are you ready to meet your Inquisitor? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
How are you all faring as a squad? Please speak freely. I want to know that you are happy with this designation.
Interested to see how it goes. Too early to tell yet.
No complaints at this current moment.
Wonderful. Please follow me. So you start being fed through. It's very clear that a lot of the space is underground. It's all winding tunnels, strobe lights, and we're going up. Now, in your training,
Lights.
as you've been training,
Bloody fluorescence.
you guys have only ever gone down or back up to the floor, but it looks like we've gone into an elevator and we're now going up to floor number 1.
I don't think I've ever seen the sky before.
Okay, so you open the door, and where we are walking along a corridor where there are large open windows onto a world. You can see out on this world you have like the top of the base, so you've got like flying copters and planes and things all out there, and then past that you can see what looks like, as far as the eye can see, it looks like farming land. This looks very similar to your world, Alice. It looks like you're in an agro world of some kind. If you've never been on this kind of world, you just got like fresh plants and sunlight and people all around, and it's just beautifully calm as you're going along.
I squint out the window.
No, it's
I sort of give a bit of walking past it.
Wow.
There's a strange smell in the air.
It's pollen.
Actually, it's probably shit.
It's not. It's air. Is it air that has not been recycled a million times?
He
And
does-
fertilizer.
So as he walks, he's probably used to this. He doesn't even slow down in his walk as he's going. He leads you for probably 15 minutes down the corridor, gets to a door. He flashes his ident there to open the door as he goes through. You can make an awareness if you want to catch the name of his ident as he flashes it.
I'm gonna try it.
I'm aware. No, I'm not.
Would there be any pluses to it?
This one is a routine test. It's a +20.
So it'd be a flat roll for me then.
Nope.
Screw it, I'll give it a go.
I'm going to try it.
Oh, I actually do. 2 degrees of success.
Okay, we'll wait if anyone else is looking.
2 degrees of success.
Okay. So you see a flash of his name, which is Tobias Dent.
Ah, Tobias.
And you see clearance rating 32 as he flashes to go through. So obviously some people didn't look, some people failed, so it's only you and is it Xerxes?
I'm still distracted by.
Okay. So you step into the room. Inside you can see a table that seats probably about 10-12 people. It's an oval shape with the various seats. There is very blatantly like a head chair, like a chair at the top of it. There are maps and things around the room, but all of them seem to be covered. And then from the other side you have the entire wall is made of glass. And it looks like it's overseeing quite a nice view, which is, and then you see like the bottom wall of the facility. He comes in and goes, "Please take a seat to make yourself comfortable. Your Inquisitor will be with you shortly." And then he leaves the room.
Find a seat and sit down.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously you've got sort of 12 seats, and there are 6 of you. Whereabouts do you position yourselves?
I'd aim more, so obviously we identify where the head of the table is because that's already obvious, and then pretty much start from the middle, middle and sort of spread round that way. That's
I
what I'd
want to
imagine.
be in the side where I can look out the window.
Okay. Anywhere you sit, because it's an oval table, and then the head is where the glass is. Anywhere you sit, you can see outside.
Well, yes, I'll sit near.
I attempt to seat myself not having to look out the window.
Okay.
I think we'll all take
Or the least possible.
seats, near at the Inquisitor's end of the table, so we can hear what he has to say.
Okay, that's fine. Fine. So you take a seat. A side door opens. Let's change my page.
Yeah, the second the door opens, I stand for attention.
Okay. How do I describe this? So a female walks in. She looks like she's still in quite a lot of her armour. She has members of Inquilia and Inquisition around her, wrapped scrolls with seals all the way alongside.
Yeah. When she walks in, I stand up and salute.
Yeah, stand and salute.
So the salute.
She looks middle-aged with a lot of battle scars. She's wearing an Ordo sign here. Does anyone have any knowledges they want to find and identify the Ordos before she tells you?
No,
I don't think Navy would cut it.
No,
I don't think Arwides or Underworld's going to do it.
Does anyone have Inquisition?
No.
Okay, that's fine. You can roll for
Does anyone have Inquisition?
I was going to say I can do that, or I've got bureaucracy or administratum.
No. So, Inquisition.
No.
Okay.
No.
She also has a military rank. Because you guys have got some military things, as part of seeing it, you can already identify, because you guys know what military ranks are. Maybe not you. Okay. So she's
No
also
idea.
got not only the rank of Inquisitor beforehand, she earned the rank of Lieutenant, Captain, Commander, Interrogator. She's gone up the ranks.
Yeah, so still there. Just
She's got what looks like a shotgun across her back, 2 dual pistols on her side, and knives in both her boots blatantly strapped to each leg. And she has got really weirdly, so she has blue hair with grey streaks all the way through it, so it looks like that's her natural coloured hair, but she's greying. So she comes in, she looks you all up and down and goes, Addy, sit down. She then sits in her chair, presses a button, and the top flips over as she then starts reading a point. Right, yes. I believe that you're my new squad assigned to me. Humanitas. I don't understand why they pick the names that they do. I am Inquisitor Camille Gorkos. I'll accept ma'am, ma'am, interrogator, or inquisitor, Gorkos. None of you will call me Camille. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. You're going off on a mission, and I'm wanting to understand the parts you are. I'm very pleased with the progress you have made here in your training. You are now all part of the Ordo Hereticus. Does any of you know what the Ordo Hereticus is? Open question.
No, ma'am.
No,
No, ma'am.
Is there one of laws I've got that is hoping to roll?
I already said Ordo Hereticus is part of the Inquisition. So, so she said she explains the Ordo Hereticus, which is hunting down members within the Inquisition, so radicals, heretics. I'm trying to think of how to explain the Ordo Hereticus.
Well, they hunt down witches, heretics. Both within and without. But the auto heretic thing I can't say now.
Hereticus.
Is the enemy within.
Yes.
So it's enemies within the Imperium, whether they be sort of rogue psychers amongst the civilian population or rogue inquisitors, or obviously no one is beyond their reach.
No.
But they concentrate on the Imperium, and cults and other things.
So cults and heretical orders and people against the Emperor. That's our primary part in there. She goes from the off. I'm sure you understand that everyone here has faith in the Emperor. I have as deemed by my colleagues, a moderate radical approach to life, and I am not ashamed of that stance. When you are going for parts, I would like full reports on everything that happened. Do not lie to me, but understand that I believe the end justifies the means when missions are to be accomplished. We are here to serve the Emperor and the Imperium as a whole. So going forth, I have a mission for you, which I just need to find. So give me 1 second. La, 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 la.
Let me consult my diary.
Have you penciled in for this?
So I will be sending you down onto a planet. During this time, I require you to be completely undercover. We are going to be asking you to lose my words here. Sorry. I'm asking you to inquire into something, but the first thing I need to do is to make sure that once you're on this planet, you will not be discovered. At the end of the day, I will be giving you all new identities, and I'm giving you a metal lockbox that anything that marks you as a member of the Inquisition, you are going to lock within it.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for 2 weeks you are to remain undercover and not to be caught. Once that's there, another member of my squad will be coming down to speak to you and giving you your mission. Once you're fully integrated into this world, I can give you this mission, but until that time, I need to prove this to yourself. You are the third squad that I've gone down. The last 2 have been eradicated by those terrible people on that world. I will leave you with another member of my squad who will explain this mission further. I look forward to your progress. She stands up.
Stand up.
then salute.
Okay, she salutes back and walks off. So she walks back, Tobias walks back in the room. He goes, please, at ease. He seems a lot more lax than she does. As he sits down and he starts like thumbing through her notes like, I never remember where she was. Any of you from this sector?
Which
Which sector are we in?
Calexis.
Oh, we're in the Calixtus sector. My apologies, I should tell
Oh,
you.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so we are on the
Maybe.
Agro world in Canthus. We're in the Calixtus sector.
In Canthus.
I'm not
This is
certain on the
Calexis.
area of my birth. I was born on a ship.
That is fine. Okay, we
So,
will have you
fine.
some of your colleagues.
But for the law. But I am familiar. I'm familiar with a number of the trade routes through this sector.
Very useful to have.
So I was born in.
There.
Which one? Sorry.
I was born in the Coronis Expanse on an agri world. However, my entire service record has been within the Calexis sector.
Wonderful. I too was born in the Corona sector.
Beyond, the voice been talked about that. That's beyond. They say that's on the edge of the Emperor's Light.
Did you say that?
I am from Diogenes 4 Research Station, the only research station in this sector.
What lovely place.
I'm from Hiveworld Clove. Not so much a lovely place, but
It is how it is.
I was from.
the administratum like it there, so
So you're going to the capital planet of the
Freighter
Calixtus
Tobin.
sector. You're going to Centina. You'll be going to a Hablock and the Hive Sibyllus. Before we go through, I have 6 identities for you. There are 3 female and 3 male. I don't care which identity you choose. I can either assign them to you or you can choose to assign yourselves. I think this will be a good squad exercise to do yourselves. Okay? I don't know who's sitting closest to whoever where it is. Okay, I'll give you them.
So, what would your preferred title be when we refer to you?
Professor is fine. I'm not really used to titles. He looks up and goes, Alice. So
Okay, Professor.
thank you. So how this is the place that you're going in Scintilla is under administration lodgings. So they've currently gone 27 years and it's going to be 37 until the administratum reaches a decision on what they're going to be doing for rebuilding the hive world. This is quite normal, by the way, for planets, for how long decisions make to be done. It means that it's reaching to a point of lawlessness there because there is currently no one really in charge of the city and the corruption's reaching a higher level. So it means that once you're there and once you're undercover, if you were to reveal that you were members of the Inquisition, especially in such low numbers, they are likely to lynch you, believing that you are lying to them. It also means that once you are running into trouble in there, I can't send out a pull-out. So once you have chosen your cover, this is your cover till your mission is complete.
Understood.
Any hard parameters or boundaries, sir, Professor?
For the first part, whilst you are there, you are not there to make friends. If you do see lawless action, there are a bigger picture we are looking for. If you need to observe and even take part in some of that lawlessness to blend in, it is an understandable part in the parameters of this mission. Once you are there and you are settled, our interrogator in the squad will be meeting you. So we have our medical interrogator Sand will be meeting you and he will give you the first part of your mission after this. I will leave you to set up this point. I will come back. He goes across and he has like basically it's just like he dumps a box and you've got like rag clothes, restitched and repurposed clothes, stuff that you would see in a poverty-stricken hive world. All the way along. Sort out what you need to wear, and then the metal boxes I'll bring in for you to look up things.
Thank you, sir.
Any strict orders on anything we are not allowed to do, Professor?
I would say do not blow your cover under any circumstances unless you are to meet another member who you know is an inquisitional member that may help you. and there are certain lawlessnesses that we will not abide. Keep that within your own logical judgment.
Understood.
Understood.
Do we have an image of the interrogator so that we know him by sight when he arrives, or she?
Yes, one moment. He presses a button and an image appears. You see...
There's some sort of code phrase where we make an introduction.
He will be sending someone to come and meet you. They will know your name and rank. When you receive this message, you are to follow them to the interrogator.
Understood.
Yes, Professor.
Wonderful. I have other things to do and other squads to speak to. I will be back in 15 minutes. So he stands up and he leaves. And as everyone goes to stand up, he just waves at you and keeps on walking.
Based on his initial reaction, I didn't even stand up.
No.
Same.
Second time.
Yeah.
I went to.
And he walks off. Okay.
Reminds me a little bit of the old sergeant.
Okay, so the 3 male and 3 female. I will hand you the 3 male. The 3 female are here. The jobs are bearer bolter, line worker, and error reader. Personally, I think I would be best at error reader. It makes more sense to
These are the
myself.
female ones, sorry.
Yeah, fine. What's Bearer Bolter?
Bearer bolter.
Oh, just probably an iron worker. Like a riveter.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
You're in a factory.
Andronich and Xerxes.
Yeah.
Either of you chem gelded?
What was
I
the
have.
other one?
I'm not chem
The other
gelded. I
one
gelded
was,
myself.
Line worker.
Then
second
you
to accident
may
silver.
very well. This may fit you better.
I gelded myself with a razor in my prison cell to stop my
Not very good
seed
for
from spreading
tech-based
to the
installation.
to the rest of mankind.
Not a lot I
Out
can do
of
with
the
it,
three
but-
we have here, that one specifies chem
Many
gelded, so
troubles Clement.
this may be better.
Yeah, any good attack?
Chem gelded work incident.
I get the feeling you don't want to be married.
I'd probably prefer not to
Dental
be.
assembly worker.
That's the wrong character sheet.
Let's
Yes,
see.
there are some that would be married. I would suggest that Carpath and Alice, you two should be the married couple, seeing as you have more understanding of each other as you've been in the same squad.
Yeah,
It would make sense. You'd be able to.
It's true. We would act like that. We know each other, which we do.
It would make
So-
more sense for yourself.
I elbow you a couple of times really hard in the ribs.
So,
Honey!
yeah. I'm the brother of.
Oh, you're gonna get it when we get home, dear.
And I'm the brother
case-
of
There you go.
Gianto.
See if you like that.
That one is yours.
Hang on. Who's Gianto? Gianto.
I believe that would be him.
Alejandro.
Oh, look at that.
Alejandro.
It's like I was built for this.
I didn't read much past.
He'd probably be chem gelded because he's a tech priest. So.
Oh yeah, precisely. That's why I
So yeah,
addressed both of you.
they are organs that are surplus to requirement.
Absolutely nothing about
I
installing
didn't get
apps.
around to it.
Let's see. What am I supposed to know?
I gelded myself.
Then I suggest you read a book to help yourself understand it a bit more.
Line worker.
Assembly worker.
Factory, so
Assembly
I can do
worker.
I've worked with heavy machinery before.
A river gun's kind of like a pistol.
So the job sounds riveting.
A river gun's kind of like a pistol, right?
No,
I elbow you in the ribs.
quite big two-handed affairs.
It would be more like a heavy stubber.
Yeah.
Careful, dear. You don't want to hit me too hard.
In fact, hang on.
I think that would be the closest.
Okay, I'll
approximation.
be-
In fact,
You're
I have
right,
a
okay,
picture
you're
of a 40K river gun.
Forgetting you'd have the precision to get it in the same spot every time.
See, you two are acting like a married couple already. It is fitting for your undercover identities.
So, I've used a gun before. Nothing that heavy, but I'm sure I can wing it.
Just remember, I have been inside you before.
Yeah. Yes.
That makes sense
That is
for
a
a healer.
40K rivet gun.
Christ!
Okay, so
He actually did hit on me once.
Well,
He didn't
rivet
after
gun
I
magazine
wiggled
there,
around the scalpel a
Yeah.
little bit.
And that is the power supply.
That's the point. You
Oh,
know.
were you
that is
threatening to
where-
cut off his
Oh.
penis?
Heating the, those coils there heat the rivets.
if you got two people talking at once.
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. No. So, yeah. How are you on tongues? We might have to, have a public display of affection.
People are very uncomfortable with public displays of affection. Not the sort of thing you do in public often.
Oh, well, you never know. It might come up.
I would suggest
Phrasing.
not.
Spoil sport.
Okay, so obviously in the room you have 6, they're like large metal trunks each with like lined up there.
I start putting all of my gear in, not caring.
Is there a
Stripping
name
off.
or anything on them, or is it literally just 6 trunks?
There's 6 trunks.
So
No one's opened or looked at any of them.
So
So
we've
when
got-
you've opened one, you open the first one, start putting stuff in, look at the name, it says Carpath on it, and you're like, oh no.
Carpath, this one's yours. As I open the next one,
So you just go along until you find
and
yours.
along,
Yeah.
I find mine.
So nothing, signifying
Stripping.
Inquisition,
Yeah.
no weapons.
So she's getting to the point right where she's now
Yeah.
down to her underwear.
And I'm there like,
I look at all the designations on the things to see which one's mine.
Yeah, you find yours. It's got
I've
your name
left
in it.
all of them open so that people can see. But yeah,
So,
I've gotten to
um,
mine and I've gotten to putting my data slate in and
So,
like,
is anyone taking any of their equipment with them?
I don't even keep my underwear on.
Yes.
I quite happily
Women.
take fucking everything off
Yeah.
and only take shit out of the pile of ragged clothes.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
very,
what I am doing.
Yeah.
I've gotten to this and I'm like,
Yeah, to be sure, I'm basically going to do the same. Just
Literally,
no, nothing.
shame.
I don't.
I'm sorry, Lich, you have to go.
Everything except for my rib bone, which I wear around my neck. That stays with me.
Oh, as I'm thinking about that, I do pull something back out. I pull out the bloodstained bandana.
Okay. So in the equipment that's there in front of you, they have got such things like enough that everyone can have a knife each with a sheath.
Yeah.
There is some brass knuckles, the street clothes, and the rest of it. But there is nothing else there apart from basically core equipment.
Do we have any local currency?
there probably isn't any.
No, in a hive there would be like. Some,
We probably wouldn't have any.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the pile of things, there are some of the coins. What they look like is they look very
thrones.
beaten. Yes, they're
Yeah.
actually thrones there. There is enough that
Ah.
if you were to split them each, you would have 10 thrones each.
Okay.
I at that point, the other thing that I pull back out of one of the pockets of my Imperial robes is a pack of glow sticks. That's currency.
Oh,
Good point.
Same.
yeah, Obscura.
Very
That can be used as
useful.
currency.
Yeah, I keep my mementos on me. Other than that, nothing.
Yeah, I actually leave the white gloves and I only take the bloodstained bandana because the white gloves are a bit fucking pristine.
Yeah, I'm going to take.
I
my,
have a feeling you're probably looking.
Okay, I'm going to go around. So,
Yeah. What?
from your equipment sheet, is there anything on you from there at all?
The only thing I'm keeping are my mementos.
Yeah, just taking my my bone and my Obscura, because the Obscura is good for putting me out of it when needed, and or for selling as selling on the black market to get extra funds when needed.
Okay.
So I'm taking my low sticks
Yeah.
and my boiler casing little on a chain.
Okay. Fine. Xerxes.
Yeah, again, glow sticks, mementos.
You even locking your servo skull in there and your multi-tool and everything. Okay. Alice.
I'm taking my bloodstained bandana and the glow sticks that were out of the room because I didn't have any to begin with.
That's fine.
Mm.
Arthur.
I'm going to take one of my mementos, which is a bit of a broken bottle.
Yeah.
And is there actually a knife in there?
In the pile of things, there's enough that you could have a knife and a pair of brass knuckles each.
Yeah, I think the brass knuckles might be a bit much. I'm going to take a knife.
Okay, fine.
Like I see you sort of picking up the brass knuckles and going, nah, and there's me like.
Yeah.
And like if you're like no and ignore them, I take yours.
But yeah, so
Fair.
I know you're probably looking.
Yeah.
When I'm
Give me
naked,
a pair at that point.
because I know
Yeah.
you're probably looking.
Oh yeah, no. There's going
I
to
look
be.
like I'm fairly tough, as in toughness 41 tough.
Yeah, because you got naked, you've got naked. Everyone's
Yeah.
got naked, so this
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
really
so it's
good
like-
squad
Thing
bonding.
is, thing is, I growing up on a ship, I've lived in close proximity with lots of people all the time, so you just get over it.
And Greg, and in the Navy, you shower in the showers. No one gives a fuck about your prudishness. So.
Yeah, and plus, you're expected to sort of get in, get washed, get out. Pretty much.
So I think pretty much all of us are like, meh.
At least we've all got that in common. We're all we've all spent lots of time on starships.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Oh yeah, no, us.
But yeah, so I get dressed up in some of these shitty, raggy sort of clothes,
Yeah.
and I use the bandana almost as a hair tie.
Anyway, I'm strength 41, so
So-
I'm ripped in that sort of in the wiry sort of MMA fighter type way.
Yeah, and generally I look, quite big and tough.
Okay, so Professor Tobias comes back in. He looks like he's holding a device. It looks like a thing. It's got like a large point, and it's got 2 points here, and then he's got chips loaded up. Because is anyone from a hive world?
Yeah.
So you know how they chip indentured workers.
It's like an ID chip.
Yeah. Because you guys know that you're all indentured, right? Which means if you leave, you will get found because you are property of the factory world or the factory that owns you. That's what the indentured means.
The guilds, yeah.
Yep. So basically, he goes up and goes, So he goes, which ID did you pick?
Agnes.
Okay, and then he like chips you in your hand, and then he just goes through and goes, who?
Travis Clement.
And chips you in your hand.
Floriana.
Chips you in your hand. Xerxes.
Giacinto Clement.
Chips you in your hand.
Kristen Krieg.
Brother.
Chips you in your hand. Nice.
Alejandro Krieg.
We don't look anything alike.
Chips you in your
don't we?
hand.
No.
Okay, so
Alejandro!
so in the palm of
Well,
your
no,
hand,
no,
you've got a chip.
He's
It
a
feels
doctor.
incredibly weird because you can feel like something in your hands. So it's a weird feeling, and you can almost feel it warm and pulsing until you get used to it. It means that when you're on the planet, you'll know this. You'll have to explain it to others. Like doors, machinery doesn't work until you put your hand scan over it.
Yeah.
Because that's how they stop people from working in places they shouldn't be working. Goes. Everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
follow
sir.
me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Make sure the lock boxes are closed. So one last look. So, yeah.
Professor, when we are given the next part of our mission, will these be deactivated or will they be activated during that part of the mission?
That is down to how Medicaid interrogative sand feels is required for the next part of the mission.
Understood?
Okay, so boxes are locked. So basically you're led out and you're led to a small ship. And goes, how are you with jumping?
Never done it.
No, would we have? Yeah, we'd realistically done it. Wouldn't
I am
landed-
literally
if-
going
if-
to jump. I think I do alright.
Well, jump.
if you're referring to warp jumping, we're used to it.
No, we're going to be taking the ship from quite a high thing and then jumping you down, parachuting on.
Oh.
I've only done one in the squads. Not used to
No.
those.
I realise
No, I've lived on the ship my whole life.
Okay, well we can always send you down in the pod.
I mean, I'm used to that.
roughly how much G-force are we due to expect?
I take it there's no civilian transport we can be inserted on.
Not that will get you there in time. It will take you 2 or 3 weeks on civilian transport. How many G's is it going to be? Like basically we're going to go by and then we're going to like drop them down.
If you're basically doing a proper fucking insertion pod, that's going to be fairly high force.
Gnarly, yeah, not as bad as a Space Marine one, but
No, but it'll still be pretty sort of
Well,
nauseating.
so-
it will be nauseating.
So Halo
eventually.
jump it is then.
Yeah, basically.
I have no strong opinions either way. I have experienced neither, and therefore both will be neutral.
Ooh, although-
A life pod isn't much
actually,
better, to be fair.
well, I've got experience in living in microgravity for extended periods, so that might help
Should
me.
help you with your constitution.
Yeah, well, it'll help me sort of move around, while we're falling.
Whichever is deemed easiest to get us there with the least amount of fuss
So
on
Halo,
planet.
Halo jump then. Okay, we'll do that and then I'll have someone recover the pod from there. It'll be faster. So we get onto the plane. We travel for a little bit. And then you get basically a pod gets almost like pulled out. So this pod basically can fit the 6 of you in it, but you are shoulder to shoulder, and you've got like a chest strap as you're locked on. And then basically he just looks at you and goes, "Try not to throw up, because if you do, you're gonna throw up on the rest of them."
Oh, Spirito.
So once all the harnesses down,
No, no, no,
gonna give it a proper
Did you yeah?
proper slap on it.
Oh yeah, make sure. Yeah,
I
make
don't
sure
know,
it's in.
if we're sat in this, you can tell I'm like.
Captain.
Gamma.
Yeah.
Brace.
I'm going to be reciting.
No, I haven't even done the harness properly yet.
I'm going to be reciting the feed over
If you're
Imperialis.
struggling with that before
From
I
the
put mine
lightning
on,
and the
I literally-
tempest, our Emperor deliver us. From plague and temptation and war, our Emperor deliver us.
Yeah, so since you were struggling with hers, and I chunk her into hers and properly strap her down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just in my life.
Yeah, Gamma.
From the blasphemy
Grace.
of the fallen, our Emperor deliver us.
Okay.
From
so
the getting of the demons on our Emperor deliver us.
right.
The curse
Who
of the
has got operate Aeronauticus.
No.
Hello.
What though?
Okay, so for this one, apart from Carpath, you need to give me a toughness test. Flat toughness test. You get a toughness plus 20.
Ooh.
Right? 'Cause you're about to just get dropped.
3 points of success.
Can I use my zero? Can I use
Yes!
my 0G experience because I'm used to changes in gravity and
Plus 10.
yeah, that's 10.
Okay.
2 degrees of success.
Boom!
Rolled a 12.
Unfortunately, it's still a degree of success because I'm
Oh
just
no,
over.
no, failed.
Oh wait, no, that would count as 2 because flat pass and then
Yeah.
1 on top, so 2.
Oh, so yeah, 3.
Ah,
What?
failed by 4 points.
Okay, do you want to spend a fate point to
Three.
reroll?
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Okay,
it.
please do.
Squad.
That's better.
Failed by 10.
Oh no.
That's my
Ow.
Okay, so you guys basically get like you hear like on the comms like above you, 3, 2, 1, and suddenly your whole stomach is up by your heart as you're just being dropped down, the whole of your weight going there.
That's probably what happens to me. I think, microgravity, fun. Oh, yes, I remember this, and then yeah.
So for you, what you do is you bite your own tongue and you slam your
Whoa.
chin onto your chest because you weren't expecting
Yeah.
it, whereas everyone else is braced fully for that, and you're just being dropped, and you can just feel all of your weight and all your blood going up to your head, all of your ears popping and popping and popping and depopping, and
After we've dropped and we're actually starting to fall, just give a nice loud shout. Hoorah!
then you get to this point where you're suddenly getting used to the sensation. Outside, all you can see is black of space, and then you're seeing the event horizon, and then you're dropping down, and you can see the blue of the sky and all of the clouds, and you start to see the ground hurtling
Is
toward you.
there a counter to impact?
Yes. So you can see it like dinking down.
Yeah, so basically keep an eye on that so we know, when to brace for the landing.
When,
Yes,
when,
so
it, when
when-
it hits 3, well, it's just about to say impact in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so about to impact. Right, so everyone who passed, you can have a toughness plus 30, you get a toughness plus 10, you get a plus 14. Land!
Oh no! Failed.
I am going to spend a fate point for that.
Oh shit! He rolled a no.
Yeah, a proper fucking no.
3 degrees.
Okay, let's
I'm
go
gonna-
around. So
I'm gonna-
reroll
2 degrees.
5 degrees.
3 degrees.
Reroll.
Reroll.
That's 2.
That's
failed.
much better.
So
Yay!
Okay,
Aced it.
what have you got?
So that I had
Yes.
a toughness with the plus 30 of 71.
Yeah.
I rolled a 13.
Nice.
So
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what,
yeah, like-
6?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Almost
Yeah.
6.
Nice.
Yeah, I
21, and I needed anything less than 72, so like 5 degrees.
So
I rolled a 0.9.
Nice.
Way! Okay, so basically now you're adjusted, you land and you have this bang, your whole thing there, but you will basically put your head forward so that you didn't smash your head straight back. Or some of you braced it all the way back so you didn't smash it back, either how you did it. And you just go BAM! There's dust all around you. And then they have the door open going, please eject from the vehicle. Or the please eject from the tube.
So take our meager possessions and exit.
well,
Mhm.
that was quite exhilarating.
Okay?
I assume I've got. I assume
I
I've
lean
got a
forward
little satchel or something with my.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys get out and basically you're in a toxic dump currently. This is like where everything gets thrown out. You can see
Yeah.
the layers of the city and
The ash
lights. And you've
waste.
just got this is just crap pile everywhere.
Oh no! Someone should have chundered. We'd have blended in with the smell.
And then you see somebody standing there who looks like basically they're standing almost to attention as they're waiting. They give you a nod and go, Squad Humanitas, follow me. His whole identity is hidden under things, but you can see that he's dressed as a Hive Arbiter, with the long red cloaks, the leather cloaks
Yeah.
on top. And he starts walking away.
Okay, we'll follow him.
Hello?
So we start following. I thread my arm underneath fuckboys everywhere.
Come along,
Puppy.
come along, brother.
So
We don't be familiar with each other when we talk. Just brother.
Cousins would probably be more than believable.
No, but we're both pale and healthy looking.
Actually, I'm rosy.
Really?
Either way, it's marked as brothers if you are
Yeah.
brothers.
okay, so you guys walk through. You get to the point where you go down to what looks like a service elevator. and they say that the hive platform that you're on, because you're on, so you're in rack 23, so stack 6 to 9. Okay, fine. So basically, they're going to take you down quite a few stack levels. And then they're going to tell you the positions to your squad. So you have there's one row where a couple of you together and one row where a couple of you together. And in the morning you'll hear a drill alarm go off, and then you just follow the crowd to your factory, and then you get your food break and everything there, and then go back to your quarters again, where your rations and everything is delivered to you.
Corpse starch.
Yeah.
Nom nom nom.
Woo, it's people.
It's not all people.
Okay,
Why
so
is it cockroach?
Some of it's people supplement.
he stands in the elevator
People
and doesn't
light.
leave and tells you to go off to wherever your designations are.
Space rent.
Yep.
Come on,
No.
honey. I rib you again. Come on, honey. You know where we're going,
We
right?
need to,
So let's see.
we need to establish a meeting, a point where we can meet up, because we won't be in communication with each other.
I've really wondered.
Okay, so where you are, because you've got stack 6 to 9 and stack 7 to 9, so what it means that one line of corridors and it is 6, and the one completely opposite is 7. You have like basically the walking space between it is where the doors are. To find each other's hubs, you just have to follow the numbers. You should be able to find each other with a relative ease.
Yeah, so okay. So we're gonna be reasonably close at least. Yeah, so 6 to 9, so it should be that way. What's it called? Yeah, Corsala Division.
Yeah, so we'll locate our individual habitation.
E-zone.
Yeah.
E-zone, yeah.
Okay, so so we go through. So basically, you have 6 is this side, 7 is this side, just to show you how it is. And then you've got there's 23 chambers, and then you have whatever your number is, or on the 7 there's 24. Yeah, it's nice and simple to find it. So some of you are sharing.
4/23.
So sharing,
Yeah.
and
4
Burke and Leon are sharing, and then you two have separate ones. So, because you're single ladies.
Oh, single ladies.
Number 18.
I am suspicious of Xerxes, as I know that they have a different belief.
Oh, this is going to be a thing.
Yes, look at you. You're different.
Yeah, I get to mine and
Okay, so you got the door, and then there's a little it looks like a thin rectangle with a blue line in the middle of it. You show your hand across it, and the door opens for you. So inside you have what can only be 2 bunk beds, right? You have what I like to call the smallest kitchen in existence. There is a toilet and a shower in the corner, and all they have is a wall there, and it's sort of tiny thing, and then 2 seats. It's the tiniest room you can possibly imagine.
It's like Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's really like that. But basically, all the beds fold out and fold back in, and the sofa folds out back in, tables fold out back in.
I'll probably be used to this.
Yeah.
This might be considered luxury.
So that's
No,
the
what
room
we
that
get
you
on
built.
ship.
We're used to typical
You the same
naval
room.
box
Yep.
and things.
Um,
So
wait, you in the same room as
probably got a
me?
little bit more space.
Same
in it, but-
room.
Same
So
kind
for
of.
I'm
you
the same
two-
as Xerxes.
You guys again have bunk beds. For you guys as a married couple, you have a double bed, but it's the smallest double bed in existence. You guys are going to be very close sleeping together.
Oh.
Also known as you're sleeping on the floor.
Fuck that.
Keep it top and
Also
tail.
known as you're sleeping on the floor.
Try anything and I chemgeld you.
No, okay, no.
I wouldn't even think of it.
You wouldn't chemgeld. You actually.
No.
geld.
I'm telling him that I'll chemgeld him as a threat. I'm not actually going to chemgeld him.
No,
I
but-
will just cut his dick off.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that,
Yeah, fully
yeah.
I'm
you're-
just
you're
using a polite
geld.
term to say it.
Chemgeld is we chemically neuter.
The only weird thing that you have is that you have so this room is pretty shit looking, not great technology. There are ration packs in the room, so they have small bars and they have days on them and stuff like that, and recycled water and all that kind of bits and pieces. You have a large red clock which is by your room
Just
on
like
your
home.
thing, and it tells you the time and it tells you how long to your next shift.
Fucking teams.
Hey,
Oh.
recycle.
I'm going to look up. How
Ah,
long have I got?
never got
Because
used
of
to
the time
it.
that you've been dropped,
Really?
you guys
Yeah.
are at the end
I
of
lived
the
on an
cycle,
agri-world.
so you have 6
It's all
hours
fucking
until your
recyc.
next
Oh.
Cool. I'm going to have a nap and wait.
Yes, I will also rest, ready for this, ready for the challenge.
Not much of a fan of it being planning every day.
I get down for some shut-eye. I don't even fucking take clothes off, and I wrap up entirely in the blanket.
Okay. Who is not used to this kind of conditions? I mean, ship, Imperial Navy.
Forge World.
Agri world onto a fucking ship.
So for you guys, you basically, as soon as you get your head down, gone. You're used to this. It takes a little bit longer. You've got like 1, you're undercover. 2, there's a threat of being caught at any point. 3, you're in strange surroundings. You don't know what your mission is.
I don't have my technology.
So you probably might
I
not. You
don't
might-
have my
you might-
guns.
You might cry yourself
Yeah.
to sleep.
I'm gonna have a little cry before I go to sleep.
Okay.
I'll get up a little bit before the shift's supposed to start,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm going to check the kitchen space for what knives and other weaponry, usable things are in there.
They have like the bluntest butter knife you can possibly imagine in there.
It's like basically a
Not a
ruler.
problem.
Yeah.
Um,
You got MacGyver some shit here.
Oh, yeah,
just
no,
when,
I can
when it's
certainly
blunt,
MacGyver some
it just
shit.
takes a bit more force to jam it in the eye socket.
Tech priest.
They
Think
have
of MacGyver.
Forks?
Are there any actual forks?
No.
Oh, depressing.
Any
Forks are
foods?
great.
That's the
Any
point.
foons?
No.
Because you stole the idea because I was going to be looking around to see, generally to see if we're monitored, while we're in the room.
So I'm just currently fucking looking at utensils, totally did my wife to use.
What do you want to check in the room?
Basically, I want to see if there's any way of them monitoring us while we're in the room. So,
okay. Give me an awareness check.
Actually, probably something I should
Now,
have done.
this is a +10 check only.
So, -10 for me because I don't actually have awareness. Come on. Yes. Holy shit!
That.
2 degrees of success as well.
Nice.
Okay, so as you look around the room, there is a camera facing where the door is. So when you're in bed or on the toilet or on this side of the room, the camera can't see you.
But I can see whenever
But they
you.
see what time you go out
Go
of
out
the
and
room and
come
come
in.
back in.
Yeah, so go. It looks like they monitor us when we leave and enter our room. There's a camera there.
Anything that looks like recording, or is it just visual?
It looks like just visual.
Yeah, it look-
Like we are recording, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like just visual.
Lovely. Can it see the kitchen area, or just the entry? and exit?
Just gonna basically judge by the by the where it's pointing. Do you think it could get the kitchen?
It
Or?
does get the kitchen area.
So yeah, it does get the kitchen.
So I can't just sit and sharpen knives then.
Not there.
Well, not unless it looks like I'm about to cut something like a tough, maybe.
Sharpen them in bed.
Oh, don't tempt me. Honey.
As you do something, you pat your pocket and realise that there is a metal object in your pocket.
Oh.
What,
Going
knife?
to yeah. Well, first off, I'm going to make sure I'm not in view of the camera.
Yeah.
Take it out.
Yeah. So you have 2 plain rings there.
So,
Haha.
oh. How did they get in there? Oh well.
He didn't pass his awareness before.
Looks like should wear. Oh wait, hang on. Better get official. Down on one knee. Will you take my ring?
Will you be my
I
fake
put the
wife?
stuff back in the drawer from the kitchen, close the drawer, walk in, put my hand on the ring and around his hand, plant my foot on his face, and push him away as I take the
It's like loving as always.
Yeah, so I sort of thread it on and I'm just like...
Right, well, before my shift, I'm going to have a look round and see if there's a local shrine or chapel where the workers go to pray.
Okay, so you go to leave your room. Do you say anything to
How's that?
Xerxes?
I'm going out.
And where do you think you're going? Out.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
Going out.
Okay.
So yeah, these may not be the most emperor-fearing people, but there must be some spiritual provision for the workers.
Okay, so you go out and you start having a look around.
Yep.
Give me a very easy awareness check +30.
Awareness.
Do you have it?
I have awareness.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm going to use another fate. Yeah, I'm going to use another fate.
Well, I mean, they refresh after each session, so...
Yes, use another fate.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you have each level, like you can see, like seal, water, blood, nothing to really care for. But you have at the centre, the epicenter of each sort of stack, each layer, is what looks like you have like a tower dedicated to the church, but like they have like a proper entrance on each part. And that looks like it's well cared for, lovingly looked after, polished, looked after, has glass on it, real glass.
Right. Without a single smudge.
Yes, I will go there to pray and make a note of the sort of the people that are there, and also any like minor clergy they have running it, because maybe they won't have a full priest, but maybe they've got like some sort of abbot or something looking after it.
Yep. So there is a gentleman there. He has colours of him of the ecclesiarchy. He does not look like he's in the middle of a service, but it looks like as people are coming in, he's going around taking people by the hand and listening to whatever their concerns are, and then he's giving them like the wafer, and then he's like talking to the next person.
Jesus biscuits.
Yeah.
Jesus biscuits.
Yeah, no, only this isn't real biscuit, this is just skin.
So he looks like he's going around chatting to people individually.
Right, I'm going to go for for the statue of the Emperor and sort of pray for guidance and strength in the trying times ahead.
So in front of the Emperor, there are like hundreds of candles, all looks like some are homemade and parts and things, and people have left offerings and jewellery and things and wreaths all the way up in front of him, like in layers going upwards.
Ew, someone made that with their earwax.
Probably. Or dead people found.
Worst time, really.
Yep. As you pray to the Emperor, what do you do in the morning?
In the morning, I get up.
Yeah.
Have some rations.
Yeah. Rations.
Be like, yeah, these don't taste any better than back on home.
It just tastes of like nothing.
Cardboard.
It's like the bars out of Snowpiercer.
It's like
Just a black.
Yeah, it's a gelatinous blob.
It's like, whoo!
Yeah.
Bugs.
I'll also walk around the room,
Oh no.
see if anything sticks out.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna spend a fate point.
We're spending fate points.
Left and right here.
That's a pass. 2 degrees.
What are you looking for? Sorry.
Any bugs? Cameras?
Okay, so you spy the camera, which is pointing down, so it has the kitchen area, and then the door, and it has like the 2 clocks on it, but it's not got like behind it the bathroom or the bedroom. It doesn't have any audio.
So, great.
Anything else you do?
No. Have a cup of tea.
Sexy, what are you up to?
I get up, check my email. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Have a cup of what can generously be called tea.
Yeah, I'm
Cup
also
of recycled soil.
Recap.
I'm also going to try and see if I can
Yeah,
find
yeah.
anything.
It's just
Actually,
Nice.
probably
Oh yeah,
Nice.
probably you do with that.
1 degree of success.
On
Perception.
Awareness.
Yeah, perception.
Awareness.
awareness.
okay, so you use your awareness skill. That's fine. So are you searching for cameras and things around the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so you spot the camera, same description, and there's no audio on it.
Okay.
So you know that it has a blind spot like of the bedroom, where the camera is on the wall. If you were to walk along the wall, and the bathroom, that area is all not covered by the camera.
Okay.
Most logically, they want to know when the workers' shift start, when they come to work, and when they come back again.
Okay.
It's probably all they care about.
I'm going to have what can be generally described as nutrition,
Yeah.
and then carry on with the day.
So by this time, you guys all have about 20 minutes until your shift starts at the factory. It's very obvious, following the workers, which direction you need to go in.
Yeah.
Yes,
Grab some kind of nutrition or whatever bar for the day to take with us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
When I wake up,
Mm-hmm.
because you didn't do me, you
Oh,
skipped
sorry.
me. Rude.
So
When I wake up,
Fine, you're
Okay,
crying in a corner.
you wake up, you're at the bottom of the top bunk.
Bottom.
Okay, in the bottom. So you wake up, you get up, there's someone sleeping on the top bunk.
I'm gonna grab a nutrition bar.
Some random.
Cupboard.
It's probably about the same on what I'm used to eating. So It's food.
Mm-hmm.
It
And
is
then I'm gonna
sustenance.
On the chair, looking at the clock, waiting.
Hum. It's about 20 minutes to your shift starts.
Look, they're not awake yet.
So when it gets to about 8 minutes, part 2, she gets up and rolls out of bed. Alright?
Morning.
She looks outside the darkened windows down the stacks and goes, if you say so. She grabs a bar and she's eating it as she's like scratching herself, and you see she's got like what looks like pox scars all the way up her.
Mm.
And she like strips off, steps in the shower, like buck ass naked, and she's got marks all over her, like burns and other things. Comes out, she then pulls out like a cupboard which you didn't know existed, pulls out a fresh new outfit and goes, you ready? Right, and she's munching a bar as she walks out.
Go after her.
We have cupboards.
People stated they were specifically looking for cameras, so
And I was looking in the drawers of cutlery.
yeah.
Stabby things.
Yeah. So basically, as you're walking, everyone is walking in the same direction. They get to the point where they're walking. So there's like a huge factory, all the steam coming off, which is pretty obvious where you're going. There are a number of factories, but we're going toward the closest one.
Can I roll an awareness to see everyone else?
Yeah.
To make sure they have gotten up and aren't going to be late for their first
To be
fucking
fair,
day of
most
work.
of us left at about 22, not
Yeah.
8 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, especially for us, we're really used to early starts. So
I know.
Get up, maggots!
I'm
It's
also-
too early to be in bed!
Anything to it?
it's like, 5 more minutes.
3 degrees
Get
of
up.
stress.
you can't see anyone yet, but there are hundreds of people in front of you.
Yeah, but I'm just keeping an eye.
So you guys walk up into the factory. There is a door, so you see an employee shake their hand, wave their hand in front of the door. The door opens, they step forth, and the door closes behind them. And you see everyone doing this as you're going forward.
So as we get sort of towards the thing, I'll let go and step behind and...
Yeah,
Yeah.
so single file. Like there
Let
are 3
him go
doors
ahead.
going in, basically.
Yeah. Show the hand. When we
You
get
do
to
in
it.
a weird way, and you're like, ooh.
Oh well, it's probably going to be weird compared to other people, but I'm going to basically do that shit thing of like trying to copy other people, but don't quite match it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like. Meh.
Yeah, the door opens. Sorry, you step in, and then basically you can see like designations of things. So, what was your designation job?
So line worker number 19,956, factory 14414B.
Okay, so you guys are all in the same factory. You're line working, so you are going to go downstairs because it's where you're going for the line work, which is like you pick stuff off a conveyor belt, put it together, put it back on the conveyor belt, that kind of thing.
So yeah, I knew it was going to be thrilling.
What was your job?
line worker, second axle installer.
Okay, so you were on the first floor, so basically you can see where like the job things. They have like as you go in there, there's like lines, and you have to kind of squint, and you go, "That's what I'm doing. I'm going that way."
Yeah.
That's what
For
I'm
reference, with him doing the whole, I just sort of go up and go
doing. Yeah.
and look bored.
And you walk up to the first floor, like you can see where you're going. It's not too hard to see the signs of where you are.
Yeah.
What was your role?
Assembly worker 20,402, factory 414.
Yeah, first floor.
Yeah, I'm.
What was your role?
Bearer bolter.
Second floor.
Assembly worker.
First floor.
Error reader.
9th floor. Great, very exciting this. So you go to all their
21st floor, menswear.
Right, so it's very easy. Okay, to do the job, I either require a logic test to figure out how to do your job, or a tech use to do the job.
Yes! I can do that.
Can I substitute voidsman or get anything from voidsman because that's doing day-to-day work on a starship.
Okay, so the first test, because you have no idea, you have not done the specific role
logic.
before, is a logic or a tech. It's
Damn.
a plus 30 check.
Oh, it's
Right?
plus 30.
Plus 30.
It's plus 30.
For that.
If you pass this test afterwards, every test will then go up by 10 because you'll gain practice in doing it. So I will go around. So logic or tech use, please roll. Plus
I'm-
30.
Both.
I'm spending a
on.
fate point to succeed a logic. The number of
Yeah.
successes. My imp bonus. My imp bonus is 4 So
Fine.
4 degrees of success.
Lovely.
Oh, it's plus 10. Oh,
Holy shit balls.
fail by 6 points.
4 degrees of success.
3 degrees of success.
6 degrees of success.
2 degrees of failure.
Okay.
Yeah, no degree. Well,
6 points of failure.
Yeah, 6 points of failure.
Okay. So obviously, so for you guys, so I'll go through one at a time. So 2 degrees. What was your job role?
Bearer bolter.
Okay, so you get to your first one, right? And what you do is you get like a point there. You have a tool. You turn it. You tighten it, and then it moves. You have about 3 minutes per bomb. What happens is you put it in and you start trying to do it the wrong way and you start undoing it and then it moves past and you haven't done it and you're like
shit.
So what I would like is, do you have deceive? Can you make me a
I've
deceive
got a
test?
decent fellowship.
Okay, then make me a deceive test.
He's gonna.
Again, plus 30.
It's gonna be the it wasn't me.
Yeah, it's a creep.
Okay, so basically you managed to do it so no one saw you do it and you're like, fuck it. So try again on the next one. So again, plus 30 on your tech use or logic. What was yours?
I
Job
failed by
roll?
6 points.
6 points. What was your job role?
Assembly worker.
Okay, so you pick up 2, and then you can't figure out how they get together, and then you just about get it, but you don't hear the click as it's. Then you then have to put it down and get the next one. So you got it together, and as it's going, you can still see like this much of a gap between it, but no one has noticed, and you're like, ah, fuck it. Okay, let's see.
3
Plus
degrees
40,
success.
yeah?
Plus 40, you've already passed. If not, it's the same check again. 4 degrees.
Yay!
5 degrees.
8 degree of success this
8
time.
degree.
Still pass.
2 degrees.
2 degrees. Was it
Mine was 3 this time.
Oh, I just realised what I rolled. 69.
Okay,
Well,
so
that's
What
basically,
you're not going to get from your wife.
now the second time round, everyone has passed. Your day passes, no incident. It is just a monotonous 12 hours of doing the same thing.
You move 60 looms, what do you got?
Looking around at all,
Deeper in debt.
is there any inclination of what it is that we're actually building, or
The
on
way that
factory line
it's
4?
deliberately broken down, you have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, our
that's
jobs are
fine.
meaningless.
Oh yeah.
So what is it I'm actually doing?
Okay, so error reading. So what you're doing is that a piece of some kind of technology. Basically looks like a bigger form of a data slate, but in its raw components. You're getting any errors that come through that basically saying that the job is not completed, circuits are not going through, and what you're doing is you highlight that error and send it on to the next person. So you go through, it goes completed, working, and then it says like unstable or not complete. You click that error and swipe it.
Cool. So I'm literally going.
Yep.
Yeah, completely
I knew
pointless work.
We are cogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because you can only
I have
see like the smallest part of it, you have absolutely no idea what it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
But they do it deliberately.
Soviet
Yeah.
style labour.
So 6 hours passes, you hear a chime, which means that's there. Basically, it means that you are all going on break. So you move with the massive people, and there is a massive. I wouldn't want to call it a cafeteria as such. It's basically you follow in a queue. There are multiple openings. You pick up a tray. They put something on there. They give you a drink. You go and you get a seat. You eat, and then you immediately go back to work.
Oh, nutrition paste and recycle water.
Sit down. Eat. Fuck off.
It looks like grey sludge.
Nutrition paste.
Protein porridge.
I looked to see if anyone was smoking a glow stick.
People have been smoking while they're working.
Excellent.
Health and safety. Not so much a rule
Before
here.
I sit down, I'm going to see if I can see anyone.
Okay, roll me in a one check.
Any?
This is going to be plus 20 because there are like a shit ton of people in here.
Oh yeah. No.
No, you can't spot anyone. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I largely keep my head down and just get on.
Yeah, like, especially with the first day. I'm just gonna make sure that I know what I'm doing generally.
I thank the Emperor for the sustenance that I'm about to receive.
Yeah. And you guys eat, and then you go back, and then it's another 6 hours of this.
I'd look for my brother, and then if I can see him, join him.
Okay, roll me an awareness check. Plus 20.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that should
Okay.
pass.
Yeah,
Good
so
roll.
plus 20. 4 degrees?
Okay, perfect. So you spot. Wait, I wrote how does
Travis.
your name? Don't try. Yeah, so you spy him. There, because people basically eat and then get up. There's a seat next to him. You sit down next to him. So.
Brother.
As you're eating the sludge. Yeah.
We've got a cold relationship.
Lug.
Okay. And then you continue with your 6 hours of the day.
Yay.
You finish, and what you have is you have been hearing for the last hour people talking about how there's like a tavern on the floor, that the stack that you're on, where there are like entertainment and people go to spend drinks because obviously life is meaningless here. And then people are all buzzing about the nightlife, like going in because someone's performing tonight.
Go for a pint and a fight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just got to the end of service, you can hear a lot of the lads like, yeah, pub time. And as you're walking out, the next shift is coming in to keep walking.
Never stop.
Nope.
Never ending machine.
So, after getting out, I'm just going to start heading back to where our habitation is to begin with.
Because at the very least, even if we were going back out, we probably want to have a shower or something.
Yeah.
So we're going to be covered in grease.
Yeah,
and
it's been one of those days where you're like, I'm so tired. You're used to physical manual labour. You're used to like staying up doing stuff. Because it's so monotonous, it's like, I'm so tired.
Yeah, it's mentally
I'm
draining.
used to it.
I'm actually not as drained mentally because of the fact that I grew up in a fucking agri world, which is pretty fucking monotonous in itself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
for me,
that's
it's just
true.
like
I'd be there. It's like, it's so boring.
So you guys go back to your habitation blocks. If you're going, where are you going? Back to the block or?
I'll just go to light a quick candle at the chapel and say something, say my prayers and then head back to the hab.
Okay, so you get into your room. So the girl that was there this morning's there. She's tying her hair up high. She says that somehow she got there before you should have had a shower. So if she was wearing almost like overalls and she's taken them off and she's got a piece of material here.
A boob tube.
She's got like sort of like a skirt which is like layers of skirts where even when she turns you can just see the tantalising parts of leg. She's got like some kind of like tattoos all over her and she's stuck all her piercings in and she goes, you come into the pub, love?
she bends forward and all you've got is fucking growler.
Do you want me to wait for you to take a shower?
Sick of your growler.
She waits for you to have a shower and goes, have you not got any clothes you want to put away? I didn't see any case or bag. Do you want to borrow something? She's like talking to you while you're in the shower, leaning against the wall.
Yeah, don't own any. I'd love to.
Wonderful.
Slutware! Get your slutware!
Emerge.
Oh, slag wellies.
So you shower and she comes out and she gets you like a dress with a plunging neckline. It looks like it's like rough material that's like almost handmade.
Basically like a pair
And
of
it comes
braces.
up to like just mid thigh,
Yeah.
and it's got like a
couple of
diagonal
blasters.
cut.
Just a bit of
to
tape.
it.
just some boob tape.
Yeah.
Some nip tape.
Yeah.
It's just a thumb and a couple of blasters.
All things are
I
rational.
put it on and I'm like, ex-husband would have loved this.
Ah, well, there's plenty of gentlemen. Well, there's plenty of lads out tonight, my love. Let's go. She starts like dragging you toward the pub. She links arms with you.
Which
You've
of us
made a
gets back to
friend.
the hab first? Which of us gets back first?
You do.
Lovely. I wait for the thing to open as I'm like getting sorted and just showered and whatnot.
Yeah.
When it comes in again, oh honey, it's great that you're back. As soon as he shuts the door, there are so many much better looking men than you.
Yeah, it's like, you are the sunshine of my life.
Yeah, you're the sunshine of the fucking
Honestly, you have brightened my fucking day.
Well, I've got the hair for it.
So obviously you
What's
guys
like
have
that
got
for a
one
blowy?
outfit on. When you shower, do you put the same clothes on, or do you look more around the room? Or
I'm gonna look around the room. There must be something here.
I imagine I'm probably getting out of the shower after he's had a look around, so he's probably going to get a chance to look around before I
okay.
get out.
Give me an awareness check.
Yay! Any pluses?
+10.
Cool. -10.
No!
Oh, hang on. Where's my perception? Oh, out by 2 points.
Okay, I will be fair. I'll give it to you. So you're going around the room like there's got to be something else. Stuff keeps folding into things. So you turn to the point where, just past the camera before the bed, you find like a point and you click it in and you go, aha! And you open it and you find like a little like wardrobe cupboard thing. And there are a bunch of clothes in there. It looks like someone has left for you.
I feel like he's going to smack his knee because he didn't quite realise it was there. Like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So there's more of the same sort of clothes that you're wearing. There are some overalls, which a lot of the factory workers were all wearing today. They were wearing the same kind of overalls to work. And then there are some more like there's like a jumper and a top and a tunic and underwear and socks and
Yeah, anything that just looks more more civvy wear rather than work wear, I suppose.
Yeah,
Even
a jumper and a pair of shorts, or a jumper and some like you think one day used to be cargo pants. You're not sure what they are now.
There's some leather booty shorts and a mesh t-shirt and a mesh tank top.
Is it quite hot down here?
It's very hot down here.
Then shorts it is.
Booty shorts and mesh tank top.
A couple dresses in there, like basically like
Skirt dresses. Stop.
Here you go, honey.
As I get out of the shower and he's holding up a dress, it's like, well, you look nice in that.
Just put on the booty shorts. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Yeah, I was like, no, I picked this out for you, honey, as I'm sure this colour, is great with your eyes.
Yeah, I'm very sure purple looks great with your eyes too.
Hey, I'm wearing shorts. Shorts are good to show off my legs.
I'm going to have a look at what else is in there.
So there are other pairs of trousers, like some drawstring, quite thin trousers. It's very hot down here, like a vest top.
Yeah, because I'm going to get out a couple of like not prudish, but conservative type things that look comfy and breathable. And I'm going to focus on that rather than looking good. Because I'm married, I'm a fucking.
So there is a long dress which you could wear. It's like it's a cotton dress, so it's got loads of breathable room in it, and it's not constricting, which would be there. You can have a long gypsy skirt and a vest top. You can have some of the pants at the top.
I'll do the gypsy skirt and the vest top.
Yeah.
And strap the knife under the side of the skirt, so that if necessary I can just cut straight through, make a slit up the side, and beat fools.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we just get ready and get ready to go out, I suppose.
Okay.
Find all the hullabaloo's about.
Right.
Now remember, honey, we're not supposed to flirt because we're fucking married.
Right. Okay. And brothers, what are you guys doing?
So I'm back at the house before him.
Yeah.
So obviously my clothes are going to be, my uniform, whatever, is going to be covered in like grease and shit. So I'm going to be looking for a replacement thing to wear.
You should feel at home being covered in grease. Because that's what a tech priest do.
I'm more a software guy.
Yeah.
Fucking hell!
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, he's not it. Yeah.
I'm absolutely.
So maybe you have a nice toleration of grease.
Do I get your pluses to roll?
+10.
I have absolutely fucking no idea where anything is.
So you look around the room and you're like, oh, there's no replacement clothes, I literally just have what I have. So you could take off your top and wash it in the sink or in the shower.
Yeah.
Try and get some of the crap off it.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do.
Okay, so as you come in, Andronich?
Yeah.
Closer?
Yeah, Andronich.
Ah, yeah, it's taking me a session, but I'm there.
I think it's guys how to pronounce it online because it's an Eastern European name.
That's okay. I've figured out how to pronounce it. I'm good.
Yeah.
So you see, Sexy's in the shower, like washing the grease off his top.
Yeah. Right. Well, when I went to work, did all the other workers look fairly filthy and grubby?
They did, but everyone was wearing overalls that you saw.
Oh right.
You did not have overalls.
No, I did not have overalls. I'm going to start searching the.
And you find.
Where is the secret? Where is the secret?
Okay, to awareness.
Which you don't have, so it's -10.
Okay, so +10. 3 points.
Yeah.
3 points, I'll allow it. So you're going around the room like, come on now, and then you get to the point where you lean against the wall. I don't understand. And you hear a click, and you move, and you find the clothes cubby hole. And you're like, ha ha!
Right, I'll get into some clean clothes. If there's overalls, I'll put them out for tomorrow.
Yeah, so everyone's got a pair of like very faded cover overalls, which is what everyone wears. So I took their clothes.
Oh, I was not aware of that.
And I want to go off and see if there's some sort of like like bazaar or flea market or something.
Okay. So you get changed out of your clothes. He comes next to you. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake, and you get to him. Okay, last thing.
Brother,
Yep.
I'm going to the market.
Okay.
Just 1 second, sorry. Yeah, do the same thing. You go back to your hub block.
Is there someone in there with you?
You open the door, and there is another woman there. She has long red hair. She's got freckles. She doesn't look like she's got a complexion from this place. And she goes, "Hiya.
So,
Are you heading round to the pub? So everyone else is going.
I'm gonna grab a quick shower and get changed first. But yeah.
Was it your first night here last night? Sorry, I wasn't here. I was
sorry.
busy.
Fair enough. I won't pry.
I won't pry, but tell me details.
Tell me everything. So,
Tell me exactly where he stuck it.
She goes, I found your clothes, I unpacked them for you.
Oh, thank you.
Because she points at the wall.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just going to grab a shower and then get changed.
Sure.
So she starts stripping off again, jumps in the shower.
Again, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm from a hive world, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah. You can use this, you're like, click, aha.
It's like,
Boob tube. That one.
that one, like a jacket.
It's the kind of clothes that are there. They're just like, it's the kind of stuff that you'd find at like charity shop, cheap clothes, remade, patched, you know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking people of Walmart here.
Yeah.
I've just got this
Walmart
skirt.
standard.
Oh, I've just got these yoga pants. I'll hike them up and put my boobs in them.
Tuck them in.
And then once you're ready, we go, let's go to the pub. So I'm going to stop there. So next session we're going to go to the pub in the hive world.
Pub!
Woo! Somebody's getting stabbed!
Hey, I'm not in a dress, so no one's going to hurt me.
You may not be in a dress, but we're still gonna hurt you.
Oh.
You're getting stabbed.
Do something.
And that's the end of session 1.
Car path, get your tits out for the lads.
I think
They're pecs!
I think we've got a suitably diverse and unhinged and dysfunctional team.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is gonna be fun.